Yo, Crow, good evening to you as well. Welcome to Humble Abode. Welcome to Humble Abode Indubitably. Alright, like usual, we got the two builds, although I guess we got technically have three lined up, as we have one from the Requiem workshop as well to take a look at indeed. Alright, first, this man, which was said to have as a gimmick to have all stun weapons, but the Tyranno is not a stun weapon, but I guess it is impact buildup, so that's cool. So let's work in this, I guess. Already not a bad frame, pretty similar to my Godspeed, or in its latest or recent iteration anyway. It does have the Basho frame, although we can definitely give it some overall optimizations. Alright, so first things first, double stun guns, pretty solid. I wouldn't change these to like therapists or anything like that, because you know it's kind of not the point of the build. The point is to be close range aggressive, so keep these for sure. The Tyranno though, that makes us stop in place to build up a lot of stagger, which I'm not a fan of. So instead, since we have to be so close anyway for our stun guns, I like to pair this with the Bullet Orbit Huxley. It pairs together very well, indubitably. Next up, the stun baton. It's usable. It's just not as good as its counterpart, the dagger. Dagger's lighter, stronger, better. But yeah, I guess we could still use the baton though. It's not that bad. Especially because it's the gimmick of the build. Upgrade the head. I'm pretty sure we can go Viral and still be 370 on our frame, so we'll just stick to that. Bash to the arms. Keep the legs, I guess. I mean, the boost distance is very nice. Makes it really hard to catch. Plus, jumping up in the air with the Coral Gen is going to be pretty cool. Alula, don't know why anyone would ever run Mule, honestly. Having max red EN, upwards EN thrust, or EN consumption is pretty neat, and maybe you can get up fast, or get up without spending a whole lot of energy. Haven't really tested it myself a whole lot, but thing is, its thrust and upwards thrust is dog shit. So sure, you'll be saving a lot of energy, but you won't be going up anytime fast. So it's very interesting indeed. Maybe pretty solid for like a hover build on Tetra. You just go straight up, hover, maybe you'll have a lot of energy to be up there for a while. On a Coral Gen, could be pretty solid. But I myself would not run it for a build like this. So Lula definitely goated. Also the 21B. The stun guns are not ranged weapons at all. Plus we have a melee. So Ocelos it is. Okushi Gen sounds good. Works good. Thing is, our EN is so close we're about to shortfall, which is not great. We could run Coral B at 70, and it works pretty well with these legs as well, as we can rely on jumping. Thing is, we could just run the 20C. Nah, actually we can't. Oh, Sentai, not possible. Okushi would be the best for natural regeneration. Thing is, the regen's just so slow, so Coral it is. So yeah, they should play something like this. Or it's the harpoon gun and bear traps, or your throwable hatchets. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do we have? We have for melees, we have a pile bunker, high things heat, explosive thrower, a chainsaw, stun baton, a dagger, a big swishy sword, a tool fucking twin blade, a lance, a whip / hammer, a standard sword, a moonlight, like in all the other souls, and it throws off projectiles of moonlight energy, a red version of that, another red blade, and that's it. That's all the melees we got. Time to make the ultimate DVD killer build, indeed. TT, hard as a fuck. Damn. I understand. I would agree. But yeah. Alright, this build should be very nice. Not too shabby. The melee is cool. I don't really... never really noticed that the stun guns did a whole lot of stagger buildup though. Yeah, no, not a lot. So it's really our Huxley that's going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. We'll just give off a bunch of mini stuns. Going in with a melee. Yeah. Or we could stab him, I guess. Like, just light them up and then go for the shock. That recovery time's a little wacky, though. I just want to see how fast I can get out of the charge attack. What up? Damn, it takes a while to get out of it. Jesus Christ. I guess it does give them stun, so that's nice. You kind of, honestly, I kind of dig a build like this. You call it the Bumblebee or something like that, 'cause it's got a stinger. You just spam the charge attack. Because it comes back, it's so quick, like the, what's it called? The dagger. It has the second quickest cooldown. Only second to the dagger itself, but not by a whole lot. So I could see you jumping around, hitting with a bunch of stun, going with the charge. Every single time you need to reload your guns. And then kind of just repeating that process over and over. Because it comes back so quick. I can see something like this. It could be pretty cool. Super meta and competitively optimal? Probably not, but actually being pretty fun. Might make a video on it. Could be cool. I think it sounds fun. A little unorthodox. You'll see a whole lot of people spamming the charge of the stun baton. So maybe that's its secret power, dude. Put a Kinkaku booster on it, you'd definitely be able to hit it really fast. But no. Alright, we'll call this optimized for this overall thing. Not too shabby. I just green and my character looks like night. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's good. That's what's gangster, bro. Alright. Let's give her the pint and be onwards. Is this matted? Or just look... Yeah, okay, no. It's all shiny. Just kind of looks matted because how flat it is. Let's see. Alright. That's build number 1. A little bit less stability, but not by a large margin. Way faster. Way more durable. Hell yeah. Very similar to my God Speed, indubitably. A little stronger, too. Very... Oh, yeah, it's because I have the mind. Why do I have the mind beta head? I guess just for the 1700 stability. That stability is king, and if I get staggered once, it's Jover. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. But I think we'll need a little more AP when we go in for the trade with the dagger. Indubitably. Alright, next up, we have one from Zane. I said it's from memory, so I can see that being why it's overburdened. And not an exact replica of his build. But, yeah, I don't know. These are all the weapons and parts to his blueprint, so we'll see. I guess Rebellion is next, but I'll wait. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, we'll deal with this build, next build, and then you are first in the queue, my brother. Indubitably. Alright, let's get through this one. So it's a Flamethrower build. Flamethrower is pretty cool. On the Nacho legs, though, it might be easier said than done. Hell, it might not even be possible if you want back units. See if it's possible. Let's get rid of the back units. Yeah, it can just be Basho off a rip. Actually, they can't overburden. Damn, alright. Next best thing would be Ephemera, but yeah, no. Alright, so overall, these legs are just not going to work for it. If you want to stay with a more reverse joint type of flow, then we're just going to upgrade to the Mind Beta. Upgrade the Mind Beta. Switch the arms to... Can't go Basho. Could go Ephemera. Yeah, we'll go Ephemera. I like the Alula. I like the Ocellus. Although we don't really need the Ocellus necessarily. Because we don't need insane tracking with flamethrowers. So I guess we'll go Walt. Akushi's neat, but Cordial would probably be better. Especially on reverse joints. Yeah. Great synergy. Terminal. Nah. Pulse. Yeah. Flamethrower. Those are definitely the best flame weapons. Would not take the napalm. They suck. Gak. For back weapons, though. What we're gonna run? What we're gonna do? What would be good? Javelin's always good on a type of build like this. In fact, yeah, we're gonna throw in one. It's just so goddamn good. Builds up nice amount of stagger. Could run double Javelin. That could be cool. So before we had a missile launcher and what, the orbit? So stagger weapons. Herm. Could just go something like this. What do we have before exactly? Is which we're going to be in when we're jumping above them and shit. And the flames have quite the reach anyway. So might as well have something like a javelin that can hide in the flames. Because they're not going to get super close to us. Because if they do, they risk getting kicked and flames just guaranteeing hitting them. Which is, yeah, not great. So they're going to kind of keep a more medium range. Unless there's pure rush down, they have to close the distance. Which if that's the case, again, we kick them, interrupt them, and jump around them and above them. And all that good stuff. So having these missiles for more close range and more medium range is definitely going to be excellento. Alright, now for frame. So we're rocking 310 speed. 310 per speed is probably going to be where we're going to be chilling at anyway when all is said and done. So is there any other cores better in 310? Probably not. Yeah, orbiters not better. Yeah, Albus is going to have to be indubitably. Or although if we change the gen to like... Nah, V20C is not possible. Santa is not possible. Wouldn't Ranakushi. Yeah, Kurl's going to have to be it. Alright, this could do well. I could see he's doing better. Alright. Oh, and also, we're going to be preparing for the season, what, 3? Yeah, Requiem finale. Which means we're going to be doing a 3v3 Requiem. 3 Requiems versus their original counterparts in a 3v3 to finish off the season. And we're getting pretty close to our goal of 2,500 subs, which means Requiem week, where we do a video of Requiem every day for a whole week. So 7 videos of Requiem consecutively, although each video only containing one Requiem build, because doing 2 would be insane. That's 4 builds per video for 7 days would be insane. So let's do 1, but still, it should be crazy. It should be nuts. Yo, gamer, what's good? Hello there, indeed. Yo, and hero, welcome, welcome. Did you have one mess of an AC to upgrade? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Alright, we just finished up this Flamethrower build. Let's go paste this over. Bang, chillin'. Before, after. Not sure what configuration needed to be to make this not overweight. Because I'm guessing the original design was not overweight. But we'll see. When Zane joins us, if he joins us. Which we shall see indeed. Definitely be sure to ask him. Alright, next up. Last build before we take on Crows. And then we'll take on Years, Gamers, and Hero, and all that good stuff. Alright, Pulse Boy. Pulse Boy with a punish of a Wooger. Thing is, having your Wooger as a punish is neat, and it's very damaging. Thing is, the bubbles don't build up a whole lot of stagger, so that's going to be kind of hard. Also, the shoulder-mounted pulse cannon kind of sucks, poo-poo. Not very good. We do have the 20B, and I think that boosts... I know that boosts bubble damage, but I don't know about shoulder. In fact, let's test. 46 damage per bubble. 38. Okay, yeah, so it does increase it. Very nice. 20B is good. But what about shoulder mounted? 109. That's actually not too shabby. God damn. Maybe it's worth something with the gen. 91. Yep. Okay. So not too bad damage outright. I think it just overheats a lot for my liking. Also, I think it ramps up the recoil. Let's see. It does, yeah. That's rough. You have to have quite the recoil control. Although shoulder-mounted recoil and your arm recoil control, I don't think they wouldn't really make sense if they scaled off each other too much, would it? So here, let's go with something more recoil control dense, like go max recoil. Fuck it, or at least high. Yeah, let's go max wrecker. See what happens. It actually does scale. That's pretty cool. Okay. That's pretty neat. So yeah, with a build like this with bubbles, we're going to need arms that can either handle the recoil or less fire rate and better close range. Kind of like what we learned with the Infection Vesper AC, Meteor Link. Or Meteor Links and Infection, indubitably. Alright. And from what we learned in that video is that these bubbles, despite them not having as fast of a fire rate, they do a little more damage, have better direct hit, have better PA interference, which means that you're going to shred your pulse armor and your shields better, which is nice. Less fire rate might sound worse, but actually makes the recoil a lot easier to control. So I'd actually take these over these. They're a little heavier, So we're going to have to configure a little bit, but I think that'll be fine once we merge the other parts, mix them up a little bit. Next, I want to change the arms to more recoil, or higher recoil control. 108 should be fine. Ephemera arms. So pretty much our better option. Might have to just go with Melander or something like that. Although I usually go with Melander for weight. So our arms aren't overburdened indubitably. Alright, for our shoulder weapons, how about another pulse cannon? With this damage might not be too shabby. This whole build being on bipedal though is probably gonna stick it in a less than favorable position. So this might be in need of a metamorphosis of either Tetra or wheelchair. I'm leaning towards wheelchair though. I think I'll drop the build of the AC that got me through the game on all playthroughs. Hell yeah, brother. Always good to take a look at your favorite or most comfortable PvE build and see what can be translated into PvP for sure. Methinks. Alright. Pulse cannon, I guess we can keep it as that's kind of the flow of the build. And there's not much else I would change it for. The pulse shield launcher is neat and also has a pretty cool like niche ability of whenever it explodes on someone, it actually deals a fuck ton of impact, like a surprising amount, although it's a little inconsistent and a little hard to pull off. But when it pulls out, oh, it works, man, it works. Especially if they run through it and it just detonates on them, that's pretty good. In fact, I think that's the only way it does, because it always extend on them, kind of like we're seeing in the video. So the only way it really works is if the person goes into it. So it relies on them not knowing, which I don't think a lot of people do know, but could be wrong. Wooger as a punish. Because we have to wait for stagger to proc so often, I don't think it's going to be that good. Let's see just how long stagger does take to build up right now with all three of these. It's not too bad, but it's not preferable, especially with all the downtime these will have. So preferably, while these are on cooldown, we use our other weapon for something, which could be a bazooka, or I'm kind of in the thinking it could be a melee. We could use the keep up our range attack. We'll see though. Use the red shift. I think that could be epic sauce. All right, red shift in place. Now let's fuck with the parts. Go with this. Might have to stick to How Core because of all this energy. The legs I want to switch to wheelchair, so I think that would be really, really nice for this build. Probably the only way it's gonna be like actually like viable. All right, EN. Probably gonna have to switch the core to ephemera. Really, still not enough. Interesting. What's our FCS? Oh, Celis. So we're meant to be really close range. That's fine. Now we don't have to commit so much of our FCS to close range, as now we have natural tracking. Although this makes us even more EN shortfall. So yeah, we're probably going to have to sacrifice the super damage for the 20C, which is unfortunate, but, you know, sometimes it must be done. Alright, with this, now we're rocking 370 speed with these bubbles. That's actually not bad at all. More recoil control, although it's still not enough recoil control. Could we get more out of our arms, maybe, without going overboard? Ooh, could upgrade to these. See what the difference is, though. It's better, but not the best. We just hold down the bumper. Do we get recoil ramp up? Let's see. Nope, it can perfectly handle the shoulder. That's nice. It's going to handle just one of the primaries. It can. Okay, so if you space out your fire, you have to be chilling. Now, can we do the same with ephemera arms? Just not. Let's see it though again. Just make sure. And nope, bloom. I'm guessing the same with the primary. It's not the same with the primary, so the shoulder does more. Interesting. So if your recoil control can handle the shoulder, then you most definitely can handle the arms. Interesting. Interesting. Well, it's better to have accuracy on both than rather just one, so we need at least, from what we can tell, around 130 or 140 recoil control. We'll car. So mind alpha arms might be necessary. Is there anything better that we could run? It's like 130. Obviously, these arms are much better in durability, but they're going to slow us down way too much, methinks. Yeah, seems like our Mind Alpha arms are going to be it. Now, with that, now we can perfectly handle this, perfectly handle that. Yeah, as long as you just don't fire them at the same time, you'll be chilling. Which is honestly fine, because it might be a good synergy of cooling. Let's find out. So we can shoot all this first, then all this, then all this. Do we have our shoulder back in time? No, just about, but we can always do that to delay it a little bit. Then we're super close, you can probably just spray and pray. Yeah, I can see this build being pretty saucy. One of the better of the pulse genre, indubitably. Now, could we put this on? Nah, overburden. Probably have to change the head or the arms or something like that to compensate. That could be pretty good as well. But I can see this being a devastating wheelchair indeed. Now, can we now change the core to anything else? Ooh. Because of our changing in the arms and our gen now, right? Well, after all this configuration, can we switch a gen back now? Nah, Ian shortfall still by quite a bit too. Alright, so now that our gen's a little more generous. 340 translates to 360 speed. That's nice. We got a little slower. Hopefully we're still in 360 if we go to Mind Alpha. Just below. I don't really like that. How's this compared to Alba? Alba's still better. 350. Still in 360. I like that for sure. Alright, 360 is going to be a thing. Anything else in what are we in? 350? So 350 contributes to 360. What else is good in 350? Not a whole lot. There's 330. 330 is not good, yeah? Yeah, no. Okay, so Alba Cord is... Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bubbles are pretty dead accurate too with this recoil. That's pretty good. Not bad. Alright, yeah, it's gonna be pretty devastating. Barrel legs, max stability head. I see. We'll definitely get to that indubitably. Playstyle is just use everything with all of its tricks. This makes a lot of sense, I would agree. We'll definitely be sure to get to that build into time. Although first, oh, not first, but now, after this, we're going to get to Crow's build, and then we'll get to yours. Alright, this is Requiem, a full metamorphosis for a much stronger and faster build. Hell yeah. I mean, with this, you could even still run the Wooger. You'd be fine. Although I do like the range that this provides versus the Wooger. Indubitably. I guess, yeah, they're working. But yeah, the melee is definitely very good. Although you do have to stop in place to use the Moonlight, unlike the Wooger. Thing is, again, you can't really, Wooger snipe someone if they're really far. Also, the stag build is not really there, but yeah, it's fine. I'd take the melee over it, maybe. But yeah, alright, with that said, let's take a look at your build there, Crow. Share your build in, if you're still here. If not, then we'll just build up a gamer's build in the meantime. Big Pro gamer. In fact, while we wait for Crow, we'll just build that in the meantime and just put it off to the side. Alright, Vero legs. Yep. Vero legs, max stability head, which would be Mind Beta. And core, which would be Fat Bang Dish. What else? Oh, nice. There's build. Nice. Alright, we'll build that up in a second. Core, 46 arms. It's a big boy. 46 S arms. Scudder hammer. Interesting. Scudder. Hammer. What else we got? Multi-10. There's a big boy. LCD. And there he is. What we got for innards? LCD, NGI coral generator, and booster in the vault. Alright. Not bad options. What expansion? Pulse armor, of course. Gotcha. We love the pulse armor. Good old Warhound right here. Yes, sir. Shit's heat. You're late? Nah, you're never late, nor early. You arrive precisely when you mean to. And so it is written, as it is said, as it is Ricky ratted. Alright, now, before we get into that, as Crow's here first, we'll get into Crow's build. Another dual Zimmy. We love dual Zimmies. It's only as so far the dual Zimmy can go, but we shall see what flavorful add-on this one has. Indubitably. Yes. Dual Zim, 6L, Laser Lance. Ooh-wee. A Laser Lance build, indubitably. 6L, Laser Lance, Shade Eye. What else? Albacore, Bash Your Arms. Hell yeah. Hal Legs. I used to love that. I still do love the HAL legs, but I found the mine alpha are just better if you can afford them. 400 extra health, only a slightly less stability. What, like 15 less stability? Shit's just goated on the sauce. A little heavier though. Less jump height, which isn't too bad. Should I Albacore, About Your Arms, HAL legs, Alula, Ocellus, VP20C. Hell yeah, we love to see it. Although VP20C often is just not enough energy for a build like this to really pull off it. But maybe with the lance, although even with the lance might drain the energy. We'll see. 350 though. Pretty fast, bye. Definitely try to build around that speed as our main landmark, as well as the melee, to prevent it from being any other Zim build. Alright, let's get into it right now. You do have a fun little build there. Nice. Can't wait to see it, Mr. Blade Master. Oh, there's Hero's build. Nice, we'll get to that for sure. Delivery boy. Oh boy. Oh, what a weapon that is. What I was doing is I use the jailbreak AC with basic weapons. Then I went into the arena and took one apart from every opponent you faced. I see. That's pretty cool. It's pretty. The amalgamation of the arena itself, indeed. Could have taken a better part than the delivery boy, though, I think. Alright, let's get to this boy. Let's test out this lad. This Ricky Rat itself. Alright. Alright. Safe play style. You can go in. Real gangster-like. Oh, I was holding the trigger, but it did not do the prompt. Let's fucking go. What else you can do with the lance? Give out the mini attack. Pretty good. Yeah, so the charge attack doesn't actually get the melee thrust, but the normal I believe does, which is heat. Die. Alright, but yes, lance. It do be lancing. Very nice indeed. Use it inside or outside of stagger, and it's epic. Alright, but now what? Weapons. I wouldn't really change to 6L. Especially if we lance in, we make point blank range anyway. So these are great for that. Lance is one of the melees of all time, so I won't change that. The head, I will be changing that to 44D. Now we're just one speed below what we used to be, which is not too shabby. Bash Your Arms, won't change that. Go a little slower now for Mind Alpha. Actually, we don't really lose any speed. That's heat. Mind Alpha goated. Keep that. Switch this over to NGI. Lose a little more speed, but for overall versatility is goated. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. Wouldn't really want to change anything else. It was either the delivery boy or the wheelchair. Wheelchair better than the delivery boy, that's for sure. I would take that any time of the day. I'm sure there's other shoulder weapons you could have taken. Methinks. Take the little gem from Chatty instead. Methinks. Alright, but yeah. Yeah. Not too much to optimize here. Pretty solid build overall. Only so much you can do with a double Zimmy Lance build. Looking to be around 350 or so speed. We're now closer to 330, but still, overall, going to be very viable, especially with the assault boost and the coral generator. Indubitably. Alright, we're a little slower, but we're stronger. More durable. Ricky and ratted. It's just some general optimization. Nothing much change. Much, indeed. Incredibilis. If you want a Zimmy build, utilizing the Lance, this is definitely a good place to be if you want to keep around your 340 speed. I would recommend obviously upgrading the head and the core to Basho and Varel, but... Or not Basho and Varel, wow. Mind Alpha and Varel, but... if you want to be this fast, I understand why. With a quick boost speed of 362, not bad, dude, not bad. You're not as you're as fast, or faster than you need to be with a build like this, but that's all right. If you want to beat this fast, this evasive, that's your playstyle, less of a trading playstyle. That's a-okay with me. But now we take a look at this big old chunky lad himself, which we probably ought to put on a diet. All right, what a boy this boy is, indeed. All right. What the hell? All right, if I had to stick within the okay. This is quite the build, I must say. I was also thinking about adding a new leveling system to how I upgrade builds, as there's two ways of optimizing these builds. Level 1, I would say, is, for example, if you have this weapon, the Scudder, which is in the assault rifle class, I can only upgrade this in its like specific class of type of weapon. So assault rifle, linear rifle, stuff like that, I kind of just group it in burst. I grouped that all into one, kinetic rifles. Couldn't switch it to an SMG, couldn't switch it to a bazooka, machine gun, shotgun, nothing like that. I'm just evolving the weapon in its class. So laser cannon, diffuse cannon could only be LCB, triple laser cannon, LCS, Fasan, I guess. That's more of a stretch, indeed. Stuff like that. Melee weapons can only be in the melee weapons, although honestly melee weapon could only be the melee weapon it is, as they're all for the most part unique. If it was like the dagger and the stun baton, it could only be the dagger or the stun baton. I guess you could say power bunker and chainsaw are pretty similar, although a little different. Stuff like that. Laser blade and I guess you could say waltz are pretty similar. Those could be interchangeable. The hammer's pretty damn unique. You could say it's closer to the lance, but not really. I guess the hammer is closest to like the moonlights, as it's kind of a still medium range throw out. You have to stand still to use type of weapon. Although you have to stand still to use the moonlight on anything, otherwise it would be really fucking broken. Stuff like that. Or level 2 optimization, in where I just take the concept of what this is trying to be. For example, this is meant to build up stagger, consistent stagger. So I could either keep that, or I could upgrade it to anything, say a Zimmerman, as this does indeed pair really well with Tetra kicks and all that good stuff. Dodging around type playstyle. Anything that builds up a high amount of stagger, as that's its role, I'd upgrade that. But yeah. So I guess let's test out that theory. What level of optimization do you want for this build, my friend? Level 1 or 2? Upgrade the weapons in their specific classes, or upgrade the concepts of them? I have done both throughout the course of the Requiem series, but I think now adding as a more option is better, because as some people start to see some builds being like, oh, you didn't change much, or you change up the entire thing, it's a completely new build, and yes, it is a completely new build. Preferably it is better, that is the idea, but there's been a discrepancy in where some things, not much gets changed, as I wouldn't want to change too much to dishonor the playstyle and identity of the build, but at the same time, I can see just how far the build could go in its concept and be stronger. Thing is, it requires a metamorphosis indeed of becoming something entirely different for the most part. Indubitably. Yo, is it fine if I post my build here and now? You could post it now, although I would recommend waiting a little bit later until you are in the queue, or rather we get through the others, as I wouldn't want you to paste it now and then it get buried and we'll have to go back for it or something like that. It gets buried under discussion. What you could do if you really want to paste it now is you could go to the most recent Requiem video and paste it in the comments there, and then I'll be able to get to it still on this stream indeed. It'll just be a way for me to have the list of builds we got to take a look at tonight in a different place other than the chat, because it might get buried under discussion, you know what I mean? The concept is mid to close range Tetra that can do just about everything. Well, I can't do everything. This is not going to beat a kite, or kite anyone for the most part either. But it is very strong in its, yeah, it's kind of like in the middle of the spectrum. In the spectrum, you have one side is rushdown, max close range that you're not going to escape unless you are the opposite of that spectrum, being a kite. Realistically, around 370 normal boost speed with probably like a 380 quick boost speed kites, which are pretty light. So they're pretty non-durable when you catch them, if you can catch them, though, is the thing. They put all their eggs into not being catched and doing ranged damage type thing. This build, I would say, fits in a nice little bit closer to the rushdown, as it is better in close range than any other range. We have a melee and a laser cannon to show for that. Its assault rifle is not going to be enough to kite anyone or deal with a kite, nor are its missiles. So against a kite, this weapon, or this build, only has 2 weapons that are going to do anything, but they're not going to be strong enough against the 4 weapons that the kite has, as well as it only has 2 good weapons. I guess you could use all 4 in close range, but really only 2 are really good at close range versus all the 4 on the what's called the rushdown build, or the DPS larpster type build, indubitably. Yo, Zan, what's good? Would you miss anything in particular? Yep, we upgraded your build, dude. Although I do want to ask, it's overburdened, the original variant. So I just took that because, you did say it was off memory, so take it with a grain of salt, your description, indeed. I imagine it's not meant to be overburdened. Something's missing, indeed. But I did follow your comment to the T in the construction, and then upgraded that into this, indubitably. But yeah. I'm kind of rambling, I suppose. Understood? Hell yeah, brother. Your Darkstar Raven Reforge has helped me getting a pilot bunker. Ooh, training. So thanks, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, a lot of those earlier builds, like the Darkstar Raven, could definitely use a modern upgrade, indubitably, as I've learned more about optimization and the game has changed since then. So yeah, might go back and do some other reforges, as well as I want to do some more lore accurate reforges, and I think I'll add the lore accurate reforges as Ronin, viewer of the channel, has recommended. Just when I make reforge builds, make the PvP competitive no hards bards version, and then make the lore accurate version, meaning only using parts that would make sense either for the character to use, I guess, or more what I'm leaning into what they would have access to, no matter what their feelings are for the company, like olive balls or bouse. This is inventory, all the good stuff. Any corporation they've gotten parts from, they can use anything within that category, indubitably. Even if the character himself wouldn't use it. Well, I guess kind of, if the character would use it. But, we'll see. It's going to be an interesting time, indeed. In fact, we got a Theorycraft one of that tonight. We're upgrading Littlefinger, or Ziggy. How overburdened is it? Enough. I couldn't imagine it's a lot. I mean, it's compromising a lot of its speed. It's running knock legs and has like 300 speed, so I don't know. Maybe after the Reforged series, you could do a Unforged series, where you make the builds as bad as possible. Oh God, while still kind of staying true to the original build. That would be something. That's for sure. Every time I make ACs, I'm kind of like Vetty. I'm a I see. I get you. I get you. That's pretty dope. Making ultimate a lightweight kite build with reverse joints, indubitably. I wouldn't make a kite with reverse joints, as those are pretty... Well, maybe. Maybe it'd be fine. I don't know. It might be too heavy, though. Could be cool, though. LARPer? Hell yeah, dude. LARPer. Derogatory. I don't want Shadow to suffer, so let's fix this shit. Well, if that is the build featured in the video. I like to... if y'all are curious anyway, that's my process for choosing builds after the lives to be in the video. I usually choose builds that have that are good examples, good teaching examples for like optimization. So I guess further and more optimized the build is, more things change, the better, I guess. Although, you know, sometimes there are exceptions, sometimes there are not. But yeah, no, preferably anything, usually just look at the catalog of what we did on live, and then I pick two that are, yeah, good examples of like, if you're looking to do this kind of build, these are optimizations you might want to consider to make them better. And from my experience, have made them better, type deal. So we shall see, Zane, we shall see. Switch 6 cell to the 4 cell. It was still an American cosplay after that head to 44. I see. We shall see. But yes, no. Maybe I lost it in the chat. But yeah, do you want the level 1 or 2 construction of this build? Upgrade the weapons in their class, or upgrade the concepts the weapons represent? Dun dun dun. Mr. Gamer, that is. Big pro gamer man. What's it gonna be? What's your opinion on missile kick builds? As in melee focused builds that are supported by a lot of missiles? I think they're pretty cool. I've seen them being used to great effect. There's a clip in one of the best plays videos that what's it called? Showcases a player running, I think it was like a Zimmerman, maybe Zimmerman, I'm not sure what the primary was, but something, a pile bunker and double Act 2 missiles. And he fires off the Act 2 missiles, kicks the opponent, stopped him in place, missiles hit, staggering the opponent, and then he pile bunks him. That shit was heat. So I think they're pretty cool. Super optimal in their category? Maybe, maybe not. I probably wouldn't use it if I was to use like a close range rushdown or a melee in general, but at the same time, I think missiles support a melee build really well. In fact, it's what I ran in my first ever attempt at a lightweight melee build in the lightweight tournament we did a while back, which I'm actually upgrading that build after what I learned from the melee tournament we had recently, the Star Wars Esque one, and it has double missiles on one side and then double melee on the other. So I think there's something definitely to be said about melees marrying with missiles, as missiles are the best long-range weapons, not medium-range, long-range weapons. They're definitely missiles, as they can lock on anywhere. They're, depending on what missiles you're using, more or less guaranteed to get some value. And then melees are really good lightweight to high-damage weapons. So mixing the two is a pretty good way to guarantee a possibility in winning in all scenarios. Indeed. I hate missile kick builds. Hey man, they exist, and that is true. Need me to repost my build, or will you be able to find it? Find it? Maybe. We'll see. Missile kick? I don't know, man. That sounds like Carla. True. That is Carla. She invented it. They basically are, indeed. I once had an MT in-game slowly turn after he landed behind him. I see. Only to get hit by the plasma mace. I see. Like, he's behind me, isn't he? Yeah, that's fucking heat. Yeah, the MTs turn very slow. They are not exactly the most advanced machines. The biggest issue is they just run away past you, and then the missile hits you in the back. That is true. That can definitely happen. That can be rough. Build I wanted to show was actually a missile kick build focused around the Moonlight Redshift. Ooh, very nice. Redshift, I think, would have pretty good synergy with something like that. It feels great, but it feels lacking. All right, we'll see what we can do for sure. Whose build is this? This is, there he is, Big Pro Gamer. I'll leave the upgrade in your care. Change the weight class if you have to, as long as it's tetrapod. I got you. And has hammer. All right. Yeah, okay. We'll have this as an example. We're going to, for the most part, we're going to keep tetra legs and hammer. Those are the must stays. Everything else, we're going to evolve the concept of the weapon, not the weapon class. Instead, we're going to evolve it all. So, for example, the Scudder is for range stagger buildup. What would I use for range stagger buildup? I would also probably use anything else in the class, much like I would do for level 1. Thing is, this build is not going to be good for ranged combat in general. We're going to have to close distance to utilize our... Yeah. You know what we could? Yeah, you know... There's many things I'm thinking of. It's more meant to be more medium range, although medium range is definitely not where it's gonna shine a whole lot with our current assortment and what we're trying to accomplish. So I think what we do is we double up on laser cannons, as having 2 of these are insane. We're actually gonna switch these over, well, in the fucking primaries. Alright, keep these, although we're gonna lighten them up to the LCD, or the LCS anyway, so we can actually justify running 2. Those are always great. Those are gonna be fucking amazing. Rifle, we could switch this to something more akin to heavy machine gun, or we could go Zimmerman, although, you know, Zim's kind of... Actually, no, F-can. Harris might be pretty good. Yeah, okay, we're on Harris for now. Got to keep the hammer. Head for more all-roundedness, we'll run Veros. We don't really need any more stability beyond, like, 2300, really. Lighten up the core, light alpha, arms can now go Basho, boost our melee, and we can handle the recoil of our Harris. Lighten up the legs to 424 legs. That's going to be much lighter and allow us to boost around a lot more. Keep the NGI boosters as they're goaded, and switch the FCS to Ocellus, as close range is going to be our range anyway. Alternatively, actually, we're going to run Walt and switch the arms over to Ephemera. Walt, yep. Coral for sure. Pulse, definitely. Alright, with the assortment like this, we might be pretty solid. Need to check our hover speed and our hover boost, though. Preferably it's around like 310 while hovering, maybe higher. Around 310, about 309. Alright, with that, once we close the distance, what's our assault boost looking like? Please be over 380. Nice, 400. That's not super fast, but it's fast enough. Alright, once we close the distance, we can either just, spam charged Harris, as well as LCS, as well as hammer, and we should have a lot of damage out of it. Our boost damage is upwards of like 600. See that again. Yeah, just upwards of 600. Very nice. Hell yeah. See something like this working. This could have a really good chance against high DPS builds, as they can dance around it, out DPS it potentially, depending on what it's using. And that's very nice. You guys are going to catch a whole lot of kites? Nah, kites are definitely going to be the bane of this thing's existence, as it really doesn't have too much of a way to deal with them. Potentially, you could ditch your LCSs, and now we're hovering at 320, not too bad, with an assault boost of 350. This could maybe get you the distance you need to catch up and fuck them up a little bit. If you close distance and harass them and pulse play them, that could be not too shabby. Although spamming the charge attack would probably not be it. Normal attack would definitely have to be it. Maybe outtrade them. You won't be doing as much DPS, but you have a lot more stability and health. So maybe outlast them. Maybe get the health advantage even. Because one catch up, one whip could just shred a kite. And then maybe you're just good enough to outrun the timer and live indubitably. But yeah. So keep your laser cannons if you're fighting other close range high DPS. Ditch them if you're fighting the kite. Just like with mine judgment build indeed. Yo, young, welcome to humble abode. Is it possible to move your head? You're blocking the stats. You guys can't see the stats. I actually can move my head. Let's see what we got. Let's see what I can do here. Ooh, I'm a floating head. I should put it on the head of the AC. That would be pretty dope, wouldn't it? Where can we put this? We can just put him like right over here. We could put him down here. Down here doesn't block it too much. Considering we'll go over the parts anyway. Yeah, over here would be fine. Here we go. A cat. A cat build. Indubitably. Go and catch them rats, baby. Alright. I think this will be fun. Oh, there's Heroes build. We'll definitely take a look. What gen are you using for the dual trio lasers? Oh god. I tried that, but there was always an EN shortfall. Yeah, you're gonna have to run like, for double of those, you're gonna have to run like ephemera core on the tank, and you'd be chilling. Probably pull it off. I think actually one of the first Requiem videos I ever did maybe had double, triple laser cannons. Yeah, and it was possible. You just need really thick legs and ephemera core, I think, and a decent gen, which is probably just gonna have to be Coral anyway. Alright, wait, did I ever say... I didn't save the original... Well, no, this is the original. It just looks so different. Alright. Much less durable, but much, much faster. Faster weaponry, all the good stuff. Let's give her the paint, and be onward. Clean her up. Boom, big chillin'. This do be Requiem. Alright. Next up, next up. I don't know if we had a specific cue necessarily, but I'll just kind of go with whatever build we have up. Go upside down. That could be pretty dope. You got my build? Young, I think. I'm not sure. I don't... Yeah, no, maybe. Not sure. We had the stun build. We had Zane's build. And then we had a build from the Discord. And then, of course, we did the Tetra. We did Crow's build. So I don't know if we got your build quite yet. But feel free to share it indubitably. Alright. Could you fix up mine real quick? Oh, yeah. Let's see what we can do with this one. See if we can shrink this down. Does not save us, unfortunately. We switch this to... God, you might just have to ditch it in general. Oh god, that's not even enough. So, dear God. You need better legs, my brother. Or maybe a lighter gen, although probably Ian shortfall if you try VP20C. Oh no, still is overburdened. What else could we do? And maybe show what you did for Requiem, or for the Requiem, but I won't get too picky about that one. I see. Check the YouTube comments from last video? Sure will. Yeah, so, I mean... Is this build meant to be overburdened in the original design there, Zane? If so, we're going to have to, you know, leave it be. Leave it to be indubitably. Napalm bombs instead of one of the flamethrowers? Nah, napalm bombs kind of poo-poo. Double flamethrower is definitely the better way to go, methinks. Not at all. And what was the original design? Like, what? It's kind of hard to have nacho legs and flamethrowers. Possible. Well, actually, not. Well, it is possible, yeah. If we ditch both back weapons, we're chilling, but I imagine that's not part of the original design. You could have been using different legs. I ended up just switching them to the mine beta legs to keep the same flow of reverse joint. And reverse joint and flamethrower aren't too bad neither. And it allows us to use a better gen. That being Coral. That's Coral and reverse joints. Very nice indeed. Methinks, indubitably. Here, I'll let you, you know, think about that. Think about what else you changed to make him not overburdened. Maybe do some theory crafting. And in the meantime, let's get challenged to some other builds. Indubitably, indubitably. Alright. So there are quite a few that have been pasted. I'm going to scroll up to whoever pasted theirs first out of this after the Varel boy. And we'll see. Barrel legs. There's that build. Alright, Mr. RPM Hiro. Very nice. We'll take a look at yours. Your mixture of the arena builds. Alright, Javelin Alpha. Which could be from Sula. I don't know. Could be from anyone. Not anyone, obviously. Javelin Alpha. Hammer. Hamburger. Hammer Delivery Boy. Oh, you love to see it. What else? Delivery Boy. VPM. VPM. Are there quite a few VPMs? Oh no, just the VPM. Okay. Ah, I see. I'll get you. I get you. All right. VPM, vertical plasma missile. Ain't that neat? Frame VP44s. I guess that's for the head. VP44s. I guess, yeah, VP44S. Yeah, VP44S, Melander C3. What else we got? Melander C3. Farm. Basho. Basho legs. Hell yeah, dude. Innards at Lula. FCS PO5. Max medium range, baby. Mangtang. Pulse armor. Hey man, this ain't a mess. This is beauty. Yup. Hell yeah. Nacho core and lamb head. Oh god. Figured it out? Gotcha. Alright, we'll be sure to tweak with that here in a second. In fact, I'll just paste this and do it real quick. Oh, that didn't do it. Still not enough. Although, did you... oh, yeah, there we go. No, yeah, you probably switch it to the 4-cell. Alright. Now it's more of an upgrade. Oh, the auto cut out. My party failed. There we go. Yeah, there's a storm above, so that's probably why if the stream quality is a little laggy, it's probably why. Alright, well, with that said, let's get on to the build we just made. The amalgamation of arena boys. Indubitably. Alright, with a playstyle like this, it's yeah, just use everything you can. Hopefully stagger with things like the hammer, delivery boy, and punish with the fucking bazooka, or stagger with the bazooka and friends, and then use the hammer. All good stuff. Alright, so what do you want? Level 1 or 2 optimization? In just in case we're unaware, for example, level 1 is upgrading the weapons and parts within their certain category, mainly applies to weapons. So, for example, level 1, it can only work within bazookas, but level 2 is more freedom on my part, and I get to just upgrade the overall concept of what the weapon represents for the build, and overall what the build's concept is type deal. So this bazooka serves like high stagger, burst fire rate, so I can use anything from a bazooka to a Harris to a shotgun, stuff like that. What do you think? Go ham, level 2? Alright. Alrighty. I would say if we're going to use a melee type build like this, obviously something like double Zim with the melee on the back could be crazy, but that's the thing. Having 2 great stagger punishing weapons sound really good. Thing is, to get to that stagger might be harder or easier said than done, especially if they're both really heavy, which they kind of are in a sense. So what we're gonna do is we're going to I can either build a lot for the bazooka. harm. Thinking. This bazooka is really good. But I can see making this into double zim, putting the hammer on the back, maybe even change the hammer to another melee like pulse blade or something like that, and then switch the delivery boy into something like 6 cell. But then that'd be really kind of boring and just be like a double zim melee build, which we've done 1,000 times. Herm. I think I'll stick a little bit in level 1, just a tad bit. We'll switch this to Quan G so we can use it much more often. We'll switch. I could see switching this to like the explosive thrower so we could use it more often. And would stagger a lot more as well. The hammer's a little inconsistent and a little harder to hit, although oftentimes it's really weird with hit, what's called desync. Sometimes you'll see it just going off in the air and it still hits you, which is crazy, but it happens. It does run. We're gonna just both. That'd be crazy. Honestly, yeah, I got it. We'll run both. This is a pretty meaty combo. We'll break stagger using our shoulder mount, which will no longer be the delivery boy. This is going to be like the 6 cell. Just something off to the side that's going to help us out a little bit. Or break stagger using these 3 weapons, our 2 primaries and missiles, and then we'll stagger punish with our whip. Stuff like that, which is very nice. Alright, with that being our new loadout, now the loadout needs to reflect the parts, which we're going to go 44D for now, although we're probably going to go with a thicker frame. Maybe a classic Requiem frame, just because now we need to be a little more tradey, a little tankier, because we're going to have to get in close and then just start trading with our opponent. So that, Varel, that's good. Ocellus, Mangtang, probably Coral. Can we run Sentai? We actually could, and wouldn't be that bad neither. Yeah, Sentai's fine. Pulse armor, good. We're 7 speed above 310, so we can be a little generous. We can go down to Varel head. There's the classic Requiem parts. These parts are just so this frame itself is just so good for so many builds. Bastion arms definitely need a nerf, and the other parts, either the Bastion need nerf, or the other parts just need buffs. So it's all more balanced and all-rounded, methinks. But will we see that in the future? Hope so. Yeah, with something like this, it's going to be nuts. Green, you already know what I'm going to choose. Do I? I maybe do. I maybe don't. Maybe. Level 2 is maximum, I guess. Yeah, for the most part. I would say level 3 would be kind of like what I put into my own PvP builds, which is like going into PvP, testing them out a lot, evolving them based on what I fight and what I need to overcome. But that makes it a like really good all-rounded type build. That's the process that I went through with the Judgment AC. That's why I think it can win in almost any scenario. At least it has a chance to win in most scenarios. But if I'm up against a kite, a max kite, I still have a chance if I ditch my laser cannons and go and just double zim, because I'm moving at like fucking 480 assault boost, probably 490 assault boost with double zims and a thicker frame, which has worked so far. And as well as it's quick enough to dance around, max DPS builds, has his own high DPS mixed with stagger, all the good stuff. So I'd say level 3 would definitely be, you know, playing with the build a lot more and building it around its environment and stuff like that, which would be a lot more testing. But that would make it very slow in the process of me getting it back to you, indubitably. But yeah, no. Indubitably. Plus it takes like a concept and evolving it to what I can find to be the max in the current meta, indubitably. But yeah, with a build like this, you can now just, you know, fire missiles literally whenever, assault boost in, bazooka, explosive thrower, hammer. Boom. Oh, it comes back so quick. You can start with the hammer into explosive thrower into bazooka, all the good stuff. Oh god, it'll be a little weird with the hammer. Wabadoo, 3,000 damage, that's crazy. Alright, 6k if you hit both. We're at 7k actually, because it does like 330 or 3.3. Honestly, the Bastio are fine in terms of power right now. The Bastio arms, if you're talking about those, I think they need a nerf in recoil control. The fact that they can handle weapons like Estrogens and Vientos and stuff like that. Well, Vientos aren't that crazy. Their recoil is nothing. So is the Estrogens, but they're burst. So the recoil of the Bastio are 66, which is basically worst if you're not counting jailbreak. So technically they're second worst, but you know, if we're not counting those as they're more of a just they exist. They are there just to be there. These have the worst recoil control, which makes you think that they're not good for a lot of weapons like machine guns and stuff like that. Thing is, they're great. They can handle some of the best weapons in the game. For kiting, Rensetsu RF only has a recoil of 12 each, which means they can handle the recoil of the Rensetsus, which is goated. They can handle recoil of Harris, even normal firing, because the fire is just so slow. If the fire was faster, then obviously not. So something like the Curtis might ramp up the recoil a little bit, but even then that has less recoil. So again, it's probably just going to handle it. For the most part, you can measure recoil of a weapon and recoil control of arms as a flat value. However, that value does go up the faster the fire rate it is. For example, the greatest example of this is the max fire rate weapons in the game, or max and second max, in terms of fire rate being the bubble guns of 0.10, or fire rate to 10 point, or 20 point. With a recoil of only 5 each, you would think anything can handle these. Thing is, though, because of their fire rate, they ramp up the recoil, and then you'll see that. You can see it's represented. I guess the miniguns are also really hard to handle, especially if you fire both of them. Your recoil, your bloom will go up in your little red reticle. You can run wrecker arms, which have max, recoil control. Thing is, even these can't handle miniguns, both of them firing at the same time for long. It handles them up for like a couple seconds until the bloom starts to really get progressive, and then you lose accuracy. But yeah, so you can see how much recoil is being actually compromised and taken and upgraded with your arms if you just sit there and fire them and count for how long it takes for the bloom to take effect and widen and lose accuracy. But yeah, no, Basher arms, I think the only way to really nerf them without destroying them is just take away the recoil control, make it like 5 or 10 or something like that. So basically they're only good for weapons like bazookas, shotguns, charged Harris. Single firing weapons would be fine, but yeah, no, because they're really good for melee. They're really good for single firing weapons, like I just said, but now they're, because of the recoil being as good as it is, despite it being technically the worst if we're not counting jailbreak, is they're still good enough to handle some of the best weapons in the game, which is just makes them so versatile, so good. And that overshines a lot of the other cool arms that you could use in its place, which I think should be the case. More diversity would be cool. I think a lot of people can agree with that. I think it would just be cool even if it's just for aesthetics. I want the builds to look a little different. This exact frame I have has been on so many Requiem builds, and I'd prefer other frames, just for the sake of variety. Okay, random question. Got a favorite anime? JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is my favorite anime, dude. Could you tell? With all the references, dude. I mean, life itself is JoJo's reference. But besides that, Hajime no Ippo is fucking amazing. Shit is the greatest shit I've ever goddamn seen. But yeah, it's epic. Usually when I go for that, I optimize for what that AC is good at instead of being mad at everything. Hell yeah, dude. Think of naming in the AC with that anime in mind. Or animal in mind. Gotcha. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, is a menace with the bonk. You helped wreck. Oh, hell yeah, Requiem. Hell yeah, dude. When Ranked came out. Hell yeah, dude. That's dope. If the future patches made firearm spec more powerful, ooh, I wouldn't like that. At all ranges, I'd feel like that the Bastion might become less relevant overall. Well, that's the thing. Firearm spec itself is pretty strong. I mean, it matters. But thing is, if your FCS has max tracking in its range, then you don't really need to worry about it. So firearm spec is really just for getting over the line. So if you're using something like Walt, I don't recommend the Bastion all the time, depending on the weapons you're using, especially if it's more ranged weapons. If it's weapons like, bazookas or melee, and it doesn't really matter, you're going to be close enough where missing is going to be very hard anyway. But if you're to run Walt, I usually run Ephemera arms, because they have a bit, they have a little over the bare minimum of 100 firearm spec, that being 104. So that's, in theory, from my experience, enough to make the medium range 80 instead of 77, or 90 instead of 77. Anyway, not sure the flat values of what firearm spec translates into your FCS tracking 100% anymore, because it's been so long, it doesn't really matter in the way that optimized builds anyway. because I don't think about it 100%, you know, down to the minute detail, because it doesn't really matter. You can just kind of highball it, lowball it, and you'll be a-okay. But yeah, no. Firearm spec, I don't think it needs a buff. I think it's fine where it is, but yeah, no. If we change the recoil control of the Basho arms, they immediately become less viable. You can only use so many weapons on them now instead of just all the good ones and be completely fine. Or most of the good ones, I guess. But you know. Animal, meant to say anime. Sorry, typo. Oh, I see. I get you. Not sure if I have a... What's my favorite animal? Oh, no. Well, it depends, I guess, what you mean. Like, aesthetically, in terms of, like, a pet or something like that. I guess those would matter to shift my opinion. Probably, if in terms of pet, probably dog. Have lots of dogs. Dogs are pretty dope. Can you make mine better? I'm guessing it's the code, although I'm on Xbox, so if that code is for any other platform, I will not be able to download it. But we'll see. Oh yeah, we're done with this build. We can pretty much just repaint it. Isn't the, like, quad leg AC parts have high recoil control? I believe they do, yeah. The lamb legs, or lamb arms anyway, have high recoil. I think they do. I think they're pretty goated up with that. They're just really non-durable. They have good recoil control, 130, that's heat. Only 87 firearm, but, I mean, if your FCS is maxed, you don't really need to worry about it at all. You'll be a-okay. So, yeah. Indubitably, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. There he is. We're a little slower, but that's a-okay based on what we are. We're stronger. We're better. We are better. Alright, next up, Indubitably. I'm not sure who exactly is next, so I'll just scroll up or scroll past this build until the next one we see. What we got? Who pasted the build first? So I guess, yeah, y'all can just kind of paste your builds whenever, and I'll just scroll through the chat here on my phone until I see a build submission, then we'll take a look at that in all chronological order and stuff like that. As we are uncivilized now. I should think... Oh, yeah, next build is from Young over in the comments. Get my build from the YouTube comments from last Requiem video. Yep, we're about to do it right now. Right this second. You're all good, mate. You don't have to retype yours. I'll be sure to find it in the chat logs indubitably. But first, let me find Young's build here in the last Requiem video. So yeah, y'all can either just go to the last Requiem video and comment it there, or again, yeah, you can leave it here in chat and I'll find it, hopefully. Where's Young's build? There it is. Ooh, call. This one is weird, so keep an open mind. I sure will. Duck it, laser blade, bad cook. This one is strange. Alright. Alright. Oh, duck it. Never mind. About to say. Alright. Duck it, laser blade, bad cook on the shoulder. Bad cook, chillin'. What else? So it's Fasan. Interesting. This is quite the build of all time, I must say. I think I know what you're going for, which is pretty cool. Although, I think I know what you're talking. I think I smell what you're cooking. I think you're meant to build up a little bit of stagger with the ducket, and then use the normal attack of the blade to break stagger, and then Fasan them, and then flame them while your stuff's on and cooldown or something like that. I've been investigating the amount of stagger you get off the normal attack of the laser blade. It's quite a much. It's like a Harris shot. It does a lot initially, then the cumulative impact goes down to, you know, whatever the fuck it's going to be normally. Reversal head. What we got? Mind Alpha Core. 46 arms. 46S anyway. There we go. Mind Alpha legs. My man. There we go. What do we got for innards? SPD. Just gotta get that movement speed, baby. Ocellus. Close range. Makes sense. And VP20D. VP20D, huh? There it is. Expansion. Pulse armor. It's an old build. Gotcha, gotcha. I see that. I see. Mine's posted in Discord. Oh, very nice, very nice. Very nice. Alright, let's save this. Yeah, I will remind to all of those in the chat, which, by the way, thank you all for being here. It means a lot. What's it called? Yes, we are doing these builds for the 3v3 Requiem test. So we'll have 3 Requiems versus 3 of their original counterparts in a season finale of Season 3. As well as we're closing in on 2,500 subs, which also thank y'all for that. Which means Requiem week. We do a whole week of Requiem. 7 videos, 7 days. It's going to be crazy. Although only 1 build per video, because otherwise that'd be insane and I'd go insane. But still, yeah, it's going to be crazy. I'll retype mine in here now. Gotcha. Right, I'm a dip. I'll catch you next time. Yeah, have a good one, mate. Have a good one, Zane. 7 streams. Hell yeah, bro. Play loop. You cook them first, then you use the ducket and shoulder mount, then you stagger, or then... What? Then when staggered, you fully charge laser blade. Okay. I wonder if a hammer would work against a swarm of sword bots with armor. Maybe. I walk away, but I see ducats. Aye, indeed. Alright, let's get on to this building indubitably. Alright, so that's a different play style than I thought, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Pretty neat. Because I could see, depending on how much impact the ducket builds up, I could see something going on like this. Let's say we charge up Sun naturally just because hit him with a couple of bah. Then whoop-pow! Zagger, whoop-pow! And then burn him. Then we'll have this back and whoop-pow. This also recharges really quick, which I like. But man, that melee thrust is garbage on SPD. Like, look how slow we get. Only 400 speed. And it looks slower. That's crazy, man. But yeah, alright, so let's think. Alright, because of that, I wonder, do we get enough stagger off of a Zimmerman with this type of flow? Overburdened, huh? I don't give a damn. Let's see. Zim! Blade. Nah, just about a not enough. Zim again. Blade again. Wapow. Nani. But what if we had another shotgun on our shoulder? We could go shotgun, switch Holderman, shotgun again. Wapow, melee. Fasan. But a shotgun is not a flamethrower. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, again, young. Level 1 or level 2 build? What's it gonna be? Lagging, by the way. It's probably a stream that's overall just lagging. There's a storm above. Internet not too epic sauce. I feel like you would want to open up with Flamethrower, but I get it. Yeah, no, I think that's the actual flow that Zane was just, or not Zane, Young was talking about. Start with the Flamethrower, cook them up. Once you're all cooked and on cooldown, then you switch up. It takes a while. God damn. Pow. Pew. A lot of destructibility of this build indeed. Alright, I'll switch back to, let's go back to ground zero, reassess indubitably. Oi Green, do you know Blade Wolf in Metal Gear? I do not. Not that I remember. Not that I can think of. Didn't really play a whole lot of that game. Laser Blade comes out kind of slow compared to the other melees. Well, yeah, kind of, but also it's dependent on... If you're talking about like how fast we're moving before we slash, that's because of our booster. For example, all boosters have at the bottom melee attack thrust and EN consumption, and based on that is how fast you go when you go for the melee. Although melee blade does have quite the wind-up time with its normal ability, as makes sense, but its normal attack comes up pretty quick. About as fast as the pulse blade. But it is really slow now because SPD does not have a lot of thrust. So if we throw on something like a Lula, which we'll probably inevitably be putting on anyway, we're pretty quick, or at least quicker. For all I can see it looking pretty slow. It's a stagger punch, but level 2. Ooh, I see. Alright, let's see what we got. Yo, what's good, Sparring Club? Welcome humble aboard. Level 2, huh? Alright, so this is meant for stagger. What I want to do instead is probably switch this over to something like... Dim is more consistent. Ooh, it's interesting. Interesting. Because what I could do is I could have double Zim, blade on the shoulder, Fasan on the other shoulder, and then the idea would be that double Zim should be enough stagger that when I switch the melee, go for the melee, proc stagger, and then Fasan them in the face. Although, yeah, it's really interesting. Okay. Because after that, is the Fasan going to do more damage with just a single variant more than a javelin? Maybe, probably, but maybe. I don't know. Could be very clever. But it's going to look like another Zim build, and that's not too generous, but this is a level 2 optimization, so that is understandable. I say we theorycraft a little bit. We'll test. We'll see what this looks like. Alright, so Zim. We switch this to Fasan. Rather, we switch the Fasan over there. Switch this to melee. The blade, for example. And something like this could work. You charge up. Oh, no, I'm not charge up. Go in. Double Zim. Melee. How? A little slow in the fire, but you know, something like that. Something like that could work, indubitably. I want to see just how much damage we get, though. Bow. Pow. Pow. 3,000. What's that? 3,700? Jesus Christ. 3,700. But if we switch this to the Javelin Alpha, this direct hit power, this could be more, could be less. Let's see. I have to reset them now. Oh my god, I only did 700 damage. What a fucking poo-poo gun. Alright, let's see. Oops. So, okay, so about 100 less or so. So basically the same. Although it would be a lot, you wouldn't have to sit there holding it to charge it. And you could use the outside of stagger a little more than a Fasan. Also, it's probably lighter. Is it? I wonder. Let's see. The Fasan is actually a little lighter, but way more EN cost, so there's that. Again, it's an old build, so I want level 2 changes. I get you. What about Holderman reload? Faster, and you still have to be in their face. True. But if we just run double Zim, then Holderman just becomes fucking obsolete. I don't think Laser Blade proc stagger on a non-charge slash. Dude, it's crazy. The stagger you get out of the blade just on its own. It's similar to a Harris shot I found in recent times. The impact itself is a lot, but the cumulative goes down. It's not a whole lot. So, bam! Almost staggered, but then it goes all the way down to like a little less than a bar. So you really need other stagger to be there to proc it over. So double Zim is just enough. One Zim is not, and then you're chilling. I've been playing around with it a little bit recently because it does a lot, dude. It's pretty cool. Not too utilized. Alternatively, you could run like charge pulse blade. And just lighter too, so it's a little faster for you. So you could like run in, double Zim, charged. Although that wait time is not super great. Like you sit there and charge it up and then go in for the charge attack to get that mini stun. And it's overall kind of slow. Slower than you'd like. So I think, yeah, taking advantage of the clever use of the single variant attack. Comes out quicker. Not as many people I think would expect it. So yeah, I think it'll be good. This loadout is not too shabby, methinks. Wabadoo! And not bad damage either. That's before we even switch to Bashu arms. Now we get some good damage. And we can handle the recoil of all our weapons. Reforged name is Talos. Reforged. My AC's name is just Talos. Very hit, very hit. Alright, now we optimize the parts. Probably just the standard Requiem frame. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Faster, stronger, better. Indubitably. Plus, you see this configuration, you probably think like, oh, what is a javelin? That's good on direct hit, and also a melee, which is also a direct hit weapon. We've turned the melee into not just a direct hit weapon, but now an actual stagger weapon, which would usually be fulfilled in a role like something like a Huxley or missiles, something like that. So now you got a little something special going on. Wait, what the hell? I didn't hit both? I think I didn't hit both. Here, reset your stagger. I'll see that again. Yeah, there we go. Must have missed ones in. Somehow. Oh, that's why. Arms overburdened. I must have... Wait, what? No. Because... What? Okay. I have to switch the arms to... What's it called? Ephemera. That's fine. Now we're big chilling. More recoil control, more accuracy. We switch to any weapon we want. Bombs. Stuff like that. Bombs. It comes back really quick too, if you don't mind. Very nice, very nice. Alright. Based off a Roman myth. Oh, very nice. Just thought I'd let you know the ACA you worked on for me and named him Requiem Hound. Oh, very nice. Very cool indeed. What do I think back to Homelander whenever you say the whole faster, stronger, better? Except I am better. Yeah. I don't know, man. You see, I dubbed that speech. I came up with it. I am the one. I'm the one who's stronger, faster, smarter, better. I is better. Alright. Quite the metamorphosis. We lost the flame elements, even lost the facade. In fact, the only weapon we kept was the melee. I expect to see some confused comments in the future, but we'll see. This is level 2. This is optimization at its Ricky Raddest. Alright, next up, indeed. Memes. No! I refuse. Alright. What is next in the build categories? I'm going to scroll up and see what builds were pasted indubitably. Alright, after Young's build. Zane found out what was wrong with the original. And now we have this one. Alright. Alright. We'll see. By light legs, I mean the one with the 2 fins on the sides. I'm assuming you're talking about nacho legs, the nachrier. You do have fins like blades on his legs. It's pretty dope. Here's my build. Early missile only. Vertical. I see, I see. We'll take a look at that build indeed then. I see that we will. I posted my build in the Requiem vid. Oh, hell yeah, man. Mine got skipped again. Sorry, bro. Actually, no, I'll tell you what. I'll take a look at your build first. Let's see it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right. All right. Multi G2, multi 04. I'm assuming that's the primary variant. Yep, G2, 04. Moonlight Redshift. Oh, that's your missile build. Hell yeah. Acto 2. Because that's a dual variant of the Act missile. Yep. What else? Javelin Beta. Hell yeah. Pretty goated choices overall. Pretty heat, pretty heat. Javelin Beta. Landerhead. Albacore. Lander. Alba. Basho Arms, goated. Hal Legs. Pretty good choice, indubitably. Alright, Hal Legs. SPD, also pretty damn good choice. FCS, the only FCS for a build like this. Max Missile Lock and Santai. Caw. Assault Armor, interesting. Okay. Here he is. Here's your boy. 350 boost speed, not bad at all. He's like the aggressive rat. Let's go indeed, there, Sparring Club. Let's go indeed. Alright. Give our tangs. Alright, let's see. It's a pretty cool build, indubitably. Don't need much of a test. I can very much imagine how it plays. But it's dope. It's epic sauce. The main goal of the build is to actually, what's it called, vulture around the enemy till the dive bomb. Then dive bomb like crazy. I get you. I'll see. Vulture around and realign. I'd imagine just, yeah, keep your distance, let the missiles do the work, and then, you know, pick them off when they're all staggered, like. Or wait till the stagger's close, and then hit him with a red shift because you know it'll proc stagger. Yeah, overall, great weapons for this, I think. Alright, what would it change, though? They all lock on quick, they're all good, they're all variety. Not sure that would change too much of these. Box missiles goated. I found that the box missile is goated, but I was testing it out compared to the split variant, and the reload is not very far, as well as the lock-on time. It's a little bit slower, but you will get more value out of it. This will do a little more damage, and because it's kind of split like that, it goes close and then breaks up, and then, you know, the split missiles themselves are pretty accurate. I haven't tested it too lot in PvP to be seeing a big difference, but from the testing I was doing, which we played around with this missile a little bit, I think, in a Reforged video of one of the red guns, and it seems to be pretty damn good. Especially because it goes up to you, and then stops, explodes, comes at you again, which is super good. If you think it's coming at you, dodge, it splits, and now it's going to come at you again. It's actually pretty damn good. It reloads pretty quick. And now with their FCS, it pretty much cuts the time of that whole lock-on delay that you'd have with the box compared to it. So basically it's the same thing, it's just stronger. So we'll run that instead. Javelin's goated. The double act missiles are also really good. Yeah. They're honestly super good for a build like this. I wouldn't really change them out for much. What I would change, though, is probably some of the frame and overall stuff. Maybe some of the innards. Nah, the innards are fine, I think. Although, actually, our Ian load's really close. So we're not getting a lot of natural regeneration. We get a lot more speed. and a lot quicker regeneration if we run something like VP20C. Although, this could be really good on Tetra legs. On like lamb legs, I could see it. But again, that is a bit of a jump from bipedal, which I don't like to change the legs of too many change the legs of too many builds, as they're pretty crucial to how they play. We'll change the expansion to a more kite-friendly, overall friendly pulse armor, as it's way more useful in way more scenarios, as you'll hear me say a lot. SPD, it is good for getting us up to that speed. What else would I change? I changed the head to the better, all-rounded VP44D, as it has a nice split contribution of health and what's called impact, or stability. Indeed. What are y'all saying? Excuse me, I want to know which rocket tracking on record is better. Which rocket tracking? What you talking about? What you talking about? That's true, never thought about that. Split missiles, they're pretty damn good. That's one I like for this type of build. Tetra legs could be cool. They could be pretty goated. It's actually perfect. Aye. Since the fire stance can let you have infinite flight. Yeah. Also, yeah. That'd be kind of nuts. Alright, so yeah. I'll tell you what. Let's do it. Let's go Vera legs. Or not Vera legs, well, lamb legs. We're now going to switch the booster to coral, as it has great upwards thrust, allowing us to get into the sky faster if we don't want to rely on kick tech, because that might be harder. Easier said than done in combat. It's good for the initial start of the fight, but once you're actually in combat, it's a lot easier to just go straight up and then kicking, because then you're staying still a little more than you'd like and getting hit. That's not great. Also, it has max quick boost, which will allow us as hover to boost around like fucking hella fast and for hella long, which is always so good. Keep the SCS 20C. Now we're gonna switch to coral, actually, because this is gonna be goated. This will allow us to do this: fly up to the air. Now we're in the air. Dodge around, burn our coral. Oh no, we've run out of energy. What are we going to do? We're going to fall slowly. Then we're gonna melee, so we stop in place completely. Then move around a little bit. We have energy. Wait, why is it not recharging? What the hell? Why did it not recharge in there? What the oh, because I was using a melee action. That's why. I'm like, what the fuck? Normally, what I was thinking, we could do this, but I forgot that melee actions actually reset the cooldown. We do something like here. We'll just do this. I don't want to be overburdened, so I'll just throw away this. There we go. Not overburdened. What you can do with builds that have charge attacks normally, if it's not a melee, is you can do this. Oh no, we're falling, dear God! Fire! Now we're standing in the air for a little bit. The more of them you have, the longer you stay in the air. But yeah, no. You just go up, up, up. Use charge attacks to stop you in place, and then you'll be chilling. Infinite energy, infinite flight. Yes. But obviously it doesn't really work with the redshift, because melee actions reset your stamina's recharge. Hey, what about Little? We're definitely going to take a look at Little after the Reforged. It's indubitably welcome to humble abode, Mr. Maverick. I was talking about certain missile firing stance, XD. Yeah, when you fire the delivery boy, that shit's heated. Shit's goated. Wait, what about using a bazooka instead of one of the back missiles? That way infinite hover. I'm down for that. I'm always down for that. If we're going to use a missile or a bazooka, preferably I would like to use the Quan G, but it might be a little too heavy for us. But we'll see. Might have to go Majestic. Yep, Majestic it is. Damn. Alright, with that, can we... I think it's too heavy if we go Viral Head. Yeah, too heavy. That's fine. VP40's head is always goated anyway. Could change the core. I can't imagine anything better. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, Alba's gonna be it. Which is fine. Good core anyway. So yeah, now with this, we should be chilling. No, I think I didn't wait long enough. Yeah, no. I was already in my, Gotta wait a little bit. Must be a little bit patient. Now when we're actually falling, then we can fire that just stab us in place. We fly infinitely forever. And we snipe you. Well, the only thing about using a bazooka now, or any normal gun that's not a missile, is we have horrific tracking because of our FCS and our arms. So actually, bazooka's kind of not the play. Because we're using our FCS for our lock-on for our missiles so much that it's kind of a bugger. We're drifting from a missile-based melee build to more traditional lamb kite or something like that, which is fine. Definitely pretty cool. Although if we're sticking in missiles, we definitely should. Plus, the whole infinite flying thing is neat, although it's hardly ever used in practice in actual PvP, as it's not that convenient. It's neat, but not too convenient. As chances are, the enemy's going to be a lot closer than just staying on the ground, especially if you're infinitely flying. They're going to be in the air. So you're actually better to fall to the ground rather than stay, because they're going to be in the sky. And if they get to the sky wasting all their energy and you're out of energy, you can just fall. You just max fall, max fucking speed, and you evade them. And by the time you reach the ground, you'll probably be recharged. You go right back up while they're still going down after you. So, although it's a cool tech, it's not really necessary for this type of build, methinks. It's better just to have our full missiles. That goes better with our build. Yeah, be sure not to play at max range, though. The javelin doesn't have max range. Plus, we don't want to get too far, otherwise we won't be able to use our melee. Yeah, it's a shame you can't use the what's it called, the moonlight, while hovering and move around with it. But if you could run double moonlight, and that would just be so strong. Wabadoo! We fast as fuck, G. I mean, I can see something like this working really well. You kite out a lot of enemies with this. Anytime they get closer, you just get moonlight to the fucking dome. Metal was good. Welcome aboard. You're never late nor early. You arrive precisely when you mean to. Oh yeah. You think there's other good melee or mid-range melee weapons? This is the king of melee when it comes to more ranged weapons. However, alternatively, we could run the whip, and the whip would be nuts, especially if you want to be more of an aggressive type missile build like this, which I guess is kind of the flow. You know, Carla's whole ideology of just have missiles and just kick the fuck out of them and just, you know, missile them up, because missiles work anywhere. So if you're wicked durable, say like Carla's frame is super durable, so, you know, that's great. You now have your close range counter, but for far range, you're all slow. So what do you use? You use the best ranged weapons in the game, missiles. So you can just pretty much fight at any range, really. Missiles work for the most part. Depending on the missile it is, works at any range. Some are better at others. For example, Javelin's not really good for super close range, as it will kind of, they'll be out of the way by the time it detonates. So it's better at a medium range, as it makes a lot out of it. But yeah, no, with something like this, we could, honestly, hammer on Tetra legs are nuts, super strong, as you can use them either while just moving around normally, not even in hover speed. You can just use them like that, but also you can use them in hover speed, which means you can dodge above them, around them. It's also good. And we don't need great tracking, as it is a melee weapon, so we don't need to sacrifice our FCS. And of course, we have Basho arms, so perfectly fine with that. Indubitably. And none of these weapons ramp up our recoil control, so the accuracy of our whip won't really scale to that anyway, so we'll be perfectly fine. So yeah, something like this could definitely work. Plasma thrower, plasma whip, the hammer. Shit is goated on the sauce. Make sure you just gotta get in that actual range though, otherwise you're whiffing. But in actual combat, it should be pretty easy, as they'll want to get close to us. And if they don't want to get close to us, that's fine. We'll just walk them down and missile them to death. We have 3 good range weapons with 1 really good close range. Also, our range weapons can be used at close range to decent effect. However, with this, the Javelin might not be the best anymore for this, although it will still serve its role decently well, methinks. And of course, upon it all, we always have access to good old Tetra kicks, baby, which are very, very good and very, very oppressive. And kick into hammer is a pretty nice true combo. Yeah, kick them into hammer, you're chillin'. Pow! Pow. Look at arrows and them missiles. Yeah, alright, I think with this, we have a Requiem. You think you're next there, Sparring Club? I hope so, too. Alright, with that, we have Requiem. Quite the metamorphosis, but that's alright. Kept 2 of the old weapons. Kept 1 of the same, or 2 of the same parts. But hey, this is the way. A little bit less on the AP side. In fact, quite a bit less, but stability looking excellent. And we're quite evasive, so we're A-okay with that. Indubitably. Alright. Next up. Thanks for the Requiem. Thank you for sharing your build, mate. Hell yeah. Anytime. Alright. I don't know whose build is next. I think we'll take a look at Blade Masters in the Discord real quick, as I believe that was pasted first, or before a lot of these. So we'll get to that one, and then we'll get to Sparring Clubs. Check Discord. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Try this on stream. Ooh, double Vasan build. Oh, is that the Dizzy? Oh, no, it's not. It's a Gu-Chan. However one wishes to say it, methinks. I will take a look at that one next. First, this one. Our Blade Master. Just vertical plasma missile, single, is it double Rensetsu's? It's Rensetsu Estrogen. Alright, some real rusty energy. Let's get it. Let's build them up. Alright, Rensetsu, I'm guessing RF, as it is the superior one. Estrogen, very cool. Although, I definitely know what I'm doing with that. Split 08, so single variants. There it is. Alright, next up. Vertical plasma missile. Very good. Gone. It's an IS from Infinite Steroids. Gotcha. Very heat, very good, very heat. Shade Eye. One that does like the Shade Eye headpiece. Alba. Farm. There we go. Nacho legs. Rusty would be very pleased. Lula. Waltz. Interesting. I guess for your rifle. VP20C. Pulse armor. There he is. 371, 920, 920. Alright, that's it. Dash to build, baby. Alright, let's see what we'll do here. Supposed to zip in and out of close or long range and just keep pressure up. Recess used for mid to long as Estrogen reloads. Gotcha. It is very much inspired by Rusty, I could tell. Very heat and deep to play. Alright, let's fucking fuck him up. No melee on a lighter weight though. Maybe a missed opportunity. Better to have a melee maybe than our vertical or a split. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so the only thing about this combination of weapons that's kind of rough is although your Rensetsu is good at any range, your Estrogen is not. So you're going to have to be close range if you want to use your Estrogen anyway. I know you did say, you know, like, yeah, be at range, use your thing, stuff like that. Thing is, other optimized builds will have all 4 of their weapons usually really good in their range, and they're going to do their best to be in that range for most of the fight. So it's going to be really hard for you to balance having only, like, 1 to 2-ish weapons good at a more medium range, and then when you're close range, then you can use them all type deal. It's better to just have all of your weapons in your range active at preferably the same time. Yeah, we'll see. So see who's getting medium range, because estrogen starts to fall off at a more medium to long range. Not too shabby, but it's much better when you can close range. Yeah, recoil's crazy, not great. But close range, we can use both, which is nice. The thing is, if you're going to be close range anyway for your weapons to work, you're better off stacking up. If your close range weapon that you're making work, if it's just better, then you might as well stack up on double. Which is probably why I'm going to go ahead and just switch these to double estrogens, which are very solid for that. Because we're going double estrogen. Missiles. Split are pretty good. More of a close range, they kind of dip, but I tell you what, we'll marry the two. In a sense, we'll pick a really good missile for this type of build that has the split. It's a mixture of split and vertical, and the Duo 3 is incredibly good. Vertical plasma are nice, but I don't really feel like we're gonna ever have our stagger meter go down on the enemy, unless they just purely run away, and at that rate, they're definitely gonna be able to dodge the vertical plasma, so switching that for something just better would be preferable. If we had to do another missile, you know, 6 cells also pretty damn good. And we can offset them a little bit with their reloads. A VDP 44D head, still in 370 speed. Now we're going to get a little speed buff with our Basho. Ocellus, VP20C is pretty damn good. And honestly, yeah, we can run it and be fine. Yeah. How would it look like with Santai? Hakushi? 370 still. Hakushi's better. Has a lot more capacity and regen. Although it's a little heavier, which is why you don't see it on too many builds. They're trying to get in that 370, probably 380 or 90 boost. 390 boost, if I had a heat. Alright, so this, you can fire these missiles out pretty much whenever. And yeah, shred them. Better to have a melee on this build, as that's how lighter weights get out their damage. As the later you go, you can't have as many heavy weapons. Heavier weapons usually do more damage. So the lightest weapons that do the most damage are melees. That's why most lightweights have a melee. So I would definitely recommend we switch one of these. In fact, actually I'm going to anyway, because it blends with the build itself and our arms. For a melee, and just for standard melee that anyone can use, Pulse Blade. And it's lighter. It's funny. The melee is lighter than the missile. That's pretty dope. I would not have figured that. So here you go, kind of like a BVO type build. Really, the Duo? The Duo found just slams into the ground close, haha. Yeah, sometimes it does. Indubitably. But I found and have seen that's really good, especially with this type of build. For Zimmermans, I would switch to the 6 cell for the most part. But with estrogens, we have more range than the Zims would allow us, which means we can be, and it's better to be at a more medium range as a lightweight build like this, as you want to be far away enough that you can actually realistically dodge lasers and other weapons like bazookas and shit. Because the closer you are, the more likely they have to hit, even if your dodge is better. So the more medium range you are, around your actually 130 meter range, you're chilling to dodge more of those things, and your missiles work at great effect at that range. Closer the worse, obviously, but thing is, we're only ever going to get this close if we're using our melee anyway. Plus, in actual combat, for this close, chances are they're either going to get further away, the dynamics going to change, so you won't get something like this happening every time. Alternatively, you could just switch to the 6 cell in general, but this does do more damage, and I think reloads faster. Let's check, actually. Fact check. Compared. Worse guidance, better damage, worse lock on count, that doesn't matter. Effective range, worse, doesn't matter. Lock on time, it's about the same. Reload is faster as well. So, these are kind of better. Or they are better, but they're less, you know, user-friendly, I guess, if you don't know how to use them. Yeah. Some of this would very much work, indubitably. AC name Rusty Jr. I agree. This is Rusty-san. What the fuck? Didn't mean to do that. Indubitably. There he is. There he is. Oh, it's raining quite hard now. I wouldn't be surprised if she lags a lot, so be wary. Alright, next up. Whose build? I think Sparring Club has a build. Although we have another one in the Discord as well. Copy paste build. Nice, there we go. Take a look. Indubitably. Know me. We'll definitely take a look at yours for sure, Maverick. Copy paste build, vertical kite missile only. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. All right. VE legs. Those with fins. VE legs with fins. What? VE legs with fins. These ones? VP? Say VE legs. These are VP and have the little fins. I can see that being it. Either you mean HAL. A little HAL on it really quick. VP, yeah, my bad. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Let's go. These are pretty cool legs. I like the look of these. They're pretty cool. Damn, I suck at describing parts. Nah, bro, you're all good. The more you play around with them, the more you'll know them. And the more you'll be Ricky and their rats. Alright, Alba torso and head. Gotcha, gotcha. Very cool, very cool. Love the Alba head. Alba parts are just obviously good as fuck. Alright, what did we say? Alba torso and head. Knock arms. Gotta love that firearm spec. I remember when everyone and their mom was running the knock arms because they're like, firearm spec, it's so fucking crazy. Your guns do more damage. No, they do not. Even I thought they were goated when I first ever started Requiem. The first Requiem build has these arms because I thought they were just too good. Which they were not bad for the weapons we were using, the Sampus. I wouldn't recommend Sampus on Basho, but obviously I'd recommend Estrogen over Sampu now because you can actually run them with Basho, and they're kind of just better. Kinda. Oh, what else we got? Knock arms, 6 cell on both shoulders. Interesting. Double 6 celling it up. Double 6 cell. Let's see. One-handed split missile and 1 4-cell handed missile. Gotcha. Boom. Here he is. Gridwalker, big coral gen. Gridwalkers. I'm guessing they get into the sky real nice like. Big coral gen, and I'm guessing the FCS is going to be max missile lock SLT. Fast missile lock FCS. Sorry for not remembering the name of each parts. Just describing them. That's all good, mate. As you guys see, it's not particularly... It's aesthetic. Is the only build where I can fit those wacky legs for once. I see. For long stock scober. Oh yeah, look at him. He's their #1 benefactor. #1 customer. The customer is always right. Bye. Alright, let's get it. We love our good old missile rats. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. What the hell? Alright. Nice. Alright. So for a pure missile lad like this, with the Coral Gen 2, this takes me back to like the beginning of this day. Or beginning of this day, wow. The day of Rubicon, I suppose. The beginning of the game, when the first like big three meta builds were a thing. And it wasn't BVO. That came down much later down the line. It was Lobster, Rat, and Cat. Big old rock, paper, scissors. Cat kind of evolved into the BVO, in a sense. Not really, but kinda. But yeah. Alright. This is going to be pretty interesting, indubitably. Alright. Let's think. What can we do that are a little bit better? Alright, for shoulder-mounted missiles. 6 cells are pretty goated. What else would I recommend them be? You know what you could do, maybe? Oh, party lagged out again, didn't it? Let's go. You can always tell, because the audio gets louder. Alright. Let's see. Maybe you might be able to double up on these missile launchers, handheld, and just switch between them over and over. I want to see. I want to compare them a lot. Let's see. So, for example, split versus 6L. 978. 5. So this does more naturally. Okay. Now, box missile versus 6L. 800. 570. Okay. So what we've learned is both of these are better than these. Obviously, having all 4 at the same time is nice. However, firing them off all at the same time is really bad because it gives the opponent, basically, the more missiles fired at once, the enemy only has to dodge them all once because they're all coming at the same time anyway. Obviously, you're probably getting hit by a little more because it's harder to dodge all of them at the same time. But it's easier to dodge them all at the same time versus you spreading out the fire a little bit, which is nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to double up. I'm gonna have a box missile up here and a split missile up here. And then you got something like this. I'm not gonna pair them together like box and box, split and split. Instead, I want them separate, so there's a little bit of differentiating in how they come off. So you can fire these out, fire those out, switch, fire these out, fire those out, switch, fire, fire, switch, fire, fire. Come back really quick. Really nice reload synergy. Yeah, I like that. I think it's pretty cool. Cosplay builds? What's about the cosplay builds? Yes, Grandpa Green, tell us about the good old era with the rock, paper, scissors, stangy. Yep. Back in my day, we used to, the most scariest, notorious build that everyone would ban you from the custom server because rank didn't exist was the Bumblebee build. They fucking hated Zimmermans too. You run Zims, they'd be like, you're meta trash, get the fuck out of here. They ban you or never let you play in the custom. Through the good old days. Pop up with a Bumblebee, they would lose their shit. Because that was like the craziest thing at the time. It's good times. But yes, indeed. I'm surprised you double, what's it called? Double dunked on the missiles. I thought you were gonna add like a melee or a Zuka. Hell nah, dude. This is a pure missile boy. Is a rat. I don't think I've ever actually taken a look at a rat in all of Requiem. It's my first time fucking optimizing a rat. A pure rat. So it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty epic. My controller batteries are low. No! I'm gonna go change them real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, controller batteried. You just made history? Yes, sir. You just made Requiem history, baby. Hell yeah. This is what's up. Huey? I would agree. Alright. Missile, missile, missile. Very good, very good, very good. Head. We're gonna go with nice solid type lights-ish, all-rounderish head. Albacore. Bashu arms. Tang legs, obviously. Nah, probably like Alba legs. Maybe even lighter. Overburdened, real well. I'm gonna switch these boosters to Rosa booster. Yep, keep the FCS. Coral. We can't run Coral. 20C wouldn't be too shabby. Nice regen. Can't run Sentai. Can't run Akushi. I want to keep Coral, so maybe I lighten up on the head just enough. Okay, maybe Core. Dude, switch the arms to jailbreak. Is that enough? No. Herm. I really don't want to change the legs, as I don't want to get too heavy. I guess it's going to have to be Gen 20C it is. Alright, naturals boost speed and quick boost is not a lot, but our assault boost should be very high. Yeah, 500, 510, 15. 515 is really fucking good. So the idea with a rat, indeed, is to obviously get close enough to lock on, fire your missiles, fire all your missiles, and then fucking run. You use your incredible speed to get around the map, fire out missiles obviously whenever you can, and then just keep on running. Thing is, without a lot of capacity, it can kind of get a little hard. Which I think is why there's the emergence in the modern age. What's kind of replaced rats for the most part is lamb kites or lamb boats. Or lamb missile boats is the proper term. Rats exist, they're just not too common because, yeah, no, this is a little more, I guess, easier. This is definitely the easier play. Just hover in the sky for like all of eternity with your legs that can handle a coral gen and just fire at your enemy from max height while you move at like 380 speed. This is definitely the easier play style for a rat. As running away constantly, you could run into a wall, you could fuck up your map knowledge, you know, you play a bad map, you might just get boxed in. It's really rough. So yeah. I think it's built mostly Shining 3v3. Oh yeah, for sure. With our normal rat and 1v1s, you're really just buying time. You're just trying to get the health lead and run away the entire match until their timer runs out. It's rare that you'll kill them, unless they're like a kite or they're really light. If they're anywhere like a medium weight or something like that, or a more durable lightweight, they probably will either die, or again, they're more durable. You'll just get the AP lead and then win by time. But in 3v3s, oh yeah, for sure, you get a lot of value out of being a rat. For sure, one of the better, although it's better to have a lot more damage, like the most common I've seen, and what we use in our unrestricted 3v3 tournament a while back. Me and my team, we had our support player running double box missiles and double earshots, and it fucking did work. It was pretty good. So yeah, honestly, probably better to go to lamb. Lamb missile boats are just superior to rats, methinks. Methinks. Rochigen does have more capacity and is coral, and that's nice, but can't run Sentai. Could run Hakushi. Well, I like the coral. I'll tell you what, if we run big coral, we should try boosters something else. I guess we go like SPD maybe? Yeah, SPD's fine. It's like we need crazy boost distance anyway. We're not going to really be using it a whole lot. But anything with really good upwards thrust. The best upwards thrust that we can get would be good. Upwards thrust is looking fine, or better anyway. Better upwards thrust, but we can't run it. Better, we can't run it. Better, but we can't run it. Although we're barely overburdened with this, so I'm just going to shrink the head down to something. That's good enough. Here, let's go to what's good enough and then try to find the best of what's good enough. Shade Eye looking good. Probably gonna have to be Shade Eye. Ooh, it's looking nice in the health stats. Melander it is. Alright, Melander it is. Now we're good. Get the best of both worlds, baby. Yeah, we got coral boosters, we get upwards thrust, quick boost thrust, all that good stuff. We get to hover in the sky for eternity with the coral booster. Gets heat. Get almost infinite rockets. You always interchange rockets based on whatever you feel is nice, but I think this has a great synergy, great damage, great reload, all that good stuff. Yeah, if you don't boost around, like, you can hover for so long, man. I definitely think these legs need a bit of a nerf. They did get a nerf in their natural speed. If this had been the original, we wouldn't be draining as much stamina, and we would be even faster. We'd be like around 390, flickering to 400, but now it's like hard locked almost at 380. Which is nice, but not enough of a change to justify it. definitely think these need a nerf in their speed and energy or stamina drain. They did get one nerf, but it wasn't enough. If you have more builds to have a dumb one. Hell yeah, dude. Is my AC on the Discord next? Hell yeah, man. We're about done with this one. Because of the Giga Chad. Our cousin, because of the Giga Chad. He's a javelin. I'll see. Javelin. Hey, man. If it sounds similar, it's what we gotta use. But yeah, no, it's goated. Giga Chad square jawline. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, this is this build. This is Requiem. The rats have evolved into lamb kites or lamb missile boats for a good reason. They're a lot easier to pilot and sometimes stronger as they can handle better weaponry without sacrificing too much. Bing chillin'. Thanks for the upgrade. For once, I might actually use it and still look good. Hey man. Hey man. Hey man. Requiem builds don't look too shabby. The most stylish? Nah. But they don't look too bad. They look aight. You never play the game? I see. That's pretty goated. That's pretty heat. Alright. We should have that over right? Yep, all good. All good in the hoot. It's weird that I like how Fred did his AC. I changed the arms and weapons, but I like the look of it. Oh yeah, it looks great. Freud is probably my favorite Vesper outside of Rusty. As you know, Rusty's kind of an imposter Vesper, you know. I like Freud. He lives through the fight. He just loves piloting his fucking mech. He's like Snail if Snail wasn't dumb as shit and knew how to actually optimize and upgrade his build instead of being like, ooh, this looks good, slap on. That's fucking Snail. But Freud, he's like out here, dude. He's trying. He's got 2 good close range, 2 good medium range weapons. Like, he's trying, man. He's trying to be all-rounded as much as he can. He just isn't goated on the sauce like us, so he doesn't live. He dies. He goes to hell and he dies. But yeah. Alright. What else we got? Alright, let's take a look at our last Discord build, Maverick. And then we'll do stuff. Yeah, me and Maverick are on the list. Gotcha. Yep, we'll take a look at both builds. First Mavericks in the Discord. Alright, first things first. Big old hand. Don't see a whole lot of these used. That's pretty cool. The big old grenade cannons. I see the Dizzy over the Chen all the time. But yeah, we'll see. Which, the Dizzy is literally an earshot. Just with some missing / replaced parts, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. What else we got? Laser blade, heat. Very cool. I'm guessing the idea might be to swing, hit them, stun them, hit them again, stun them, and then blast them, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it's blast them with this and then use it as melee. I don't know, or they stagger punch them, I don't know. But then again, we also have double facade. It's quite the devastating build. I have some ideas how I think this will go, but we'll see. VP44D, hell yeah, my man. Alright, VP44D, Ephemera Core, Alba Arms, interesting. Alba Arms, where are you at? There you are. Hal Legs, Inner Parts, NGI, Walt Hakushi. Interesting. And Pulse Armor. 320. Wait, hold up. I got something wrong. What did I get wrong? Looks about right. the stats side by side are different. Was this an old build, like old screenshot? Because the stats are different, but I'm pretty sure I have everything right. Yeah, this must be from a while ago, I'd imagine. Yeah, makes sense, yeah. About to say, the stats are not reflected the same. Usually when I reconstruct a build, I look at the stats side by side to make sure I got everything right 100%, but yeah, I see. It must have been from an earlier patch. Back when these were... some of the parts were weaker, or heavier anyway, because we have more speed nowadays. So naturally your build has already been upgraded via the passage of time. Indubitably. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Let's see if we can do better than time itself. Indubitably. Yes. Alright, so first, the Guan. Alright, really? Oh no, there it is. Okay, that's what I said. Blast radius looking low, but I wasn't looking at the right thing. Blast radius looking goated 70. I'm guessing that's like 70 meters. Wow. Not bad. However, that reload, 5.9 seconds. Not super great. Not the worst, I guess. Earshot's like 9 seconds, so yeah, not the worst. But not the best. Also very heavy. Which is not great. Actually, not too heavy. It's kind of... it's there. We could run... wow, it's actually lighter than Quan in terms of actual weight. That's kind of interesting. I would like to run the Quan G over it, as the reload's much better. Obviously, blast radius isn't huge, but blast radius. Blast radius, smash radius, you know what I'm saying? Meant to look like... yeah, see, it's like a cosplay build. I get you. Alright. We'll switch. If we had to run bazooka or a grenade cannon, I'd run Quan G, because fast is fuck my G. Laser blade. Quite the blade, I'd say. However, if we... actually, I want to see. Can we stagger with the bazooka and normal attack of this? Or would we have to go with something a little stronger, that being the blade. Pulse blade. Also, quarter booster's crazy. Let's see what we got. Pow! Wabadoo! It is enough. Although with the cumulative impact going down isn't enough. So it's better to kind of highball anyway. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see it. So, pow! Let the cumulative impact go down. Go after one. Yeah. It is enough. Very nice. Fire! Yeah. Not too bad. Loadout looking pretty saucy, pretty cool. You do know what an IS is? Nope. Sure don't. I am not familiar. I don't know what an is, you know what I'm saying? If you need a huge blast radius weapon, you can replace it with the Karasawa. Oh god, that'd be really heavy though. That'd be rough. One more blast radius go as an explosive thrower. In my opinion anyway. Replace this with the pulse blade as well. Its charge attack does more impact, which is cool. Better to highball it. Especially with a build like this that's, you know, pretty wire. Double Fasan is definitely a choice. One can definitely run it. Quan G's pretty heat, pretty cool. What else would I run to compensate? What else can we do? Coral Booster, hell nah. A Lula to get that distance, close it in, make sure that you can even work. Hell yeah. Walt FCS, might as well go with Cells, since that's going to be our range anyway with our melee and our bazooka. Quan Hakushi, nope. Big Turtle, definitely going to be it. So we need that energy output, especially if we want to change our core to something like this. Mine Alpha. 307 speed though, it's not crazy, but with actually 3 weapons that requires to stand still, yeah. Or technically 4, but you know, we use Vasan as 1, so definitely gonna need that. Keep the head though, because I don't want to go too slow. I guess keep the legs as well to not go that slow either. Could switch to the Majestic though to kind of compensate for this speed and try to get a little lighter. We only go to 3.8 though, so it's not that big of a difference. Might as well have the fire rate, methinks. So yeah, preferably you go in. You gotta go, whoa, pow. Oh, well, melee wasn't there. You go, wow, pow. Whoa, pow. Oh, it's not enough. Interesting. Not enough to start with the blade, huh? Alternatively, we could just ignore the melee in that sense and just go explosive thrower. Let's go pow, and then songs. Do get slower though. Getting really slow. This is quite the durable buy. Could go lighter. Now we're at 315. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're at 15. We'll probably go barrel head, get some health back. Yeah, that's pretty good synergy right there. Yep. Now we're at 310. Looking saucy on the sauce. How slow do we get if we change the legs to alpha? 310, exactly. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's optimization right there. Oh, pow. Oh, pow. Because that quick ass reload on both of our primaries. We're goated on the sauce, man. Pow. Normal shots. Normal shots again. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Durable girl, not boy. Hey, man. Hey, man. This AC could be anything. It could be anything in there. A ship is a gal. An AC. Well, you could call that anything you want. You could call it a Ricky Rat if you wanted. I'd call it Germona. But that's just me, you know? Watch the anime and find out. Maybe. I'm a pretty critical person when it comes to media, so I may or may not like it, man. I don't know. I'll definitely check it out, though. Always down to give something a shot, give it a chance. But if it is not up to my my likings, it will not be for me. I'm a very sophisticated gentleman, you see. It takes a real enigma to enjoy JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, so, you know. My taste, my palate is quite up there. Alright, but yes, this build looking pretty epic sauce. Alright, I think that's all the Discord builds. Alright. Might be wrong though. Nope, we have another Discord build. Any idea about using the smoke grenade and pulse shield? I find it hard to justify them. What's it called? Smoke bomb launchers, honestly? I can't believe I forgot about that. We were just optimizing a rat. I think the smoke bomb launcher's real shine would be, what is it? Jamming bomb launcher. I think it's really good if you use it with a rat type setup. So all missiles. Because it jams, obviously, tracking. It jams missile tracking, so if you shoot a missile through the smoke, it will lose its tracking. It will go on the course that it was originally on, but if the enemy keeps moving, then, you know, it's not going to hit. It's just going to keep going and miss them because they've moved from the previous location from which they originally tracked. But I would say, because you can do the hold attack, and where you charge it and then you just shoot a little cloud above you, what you could do then is fire all your missiles, then shoot the cloud. So you're shooting missiles, creating cover for you to run away from. So basically, you get to attack them with your missiles, and they don't get to attack you with nothing. I can see that being pretty damn good on a missile build. Hell, if you slap this on our kite, honestly, that might be pretty goated. I'm gonna test that. This is good, right? Yeah, it's all set. I'm gonna do this. Can't believe I forgot about that. Thank you for the reminding. I want to see. Might be better to just go pure damage, but having one of these could be pretty damn good. Place the weaker missile. Jamming bomb launcher. Then you can do something like this. Spawn an enemy. Go up. Alright, then you fire. Pew pew pew. Fire, fire. Switch. Hold. Shoot. You made a cloud. They can't attack you. You're good. Your missiles are already gone. They're already good. They're already going. Then you pow. You pow. You pow. I'll probably go with the shoulder mount this time though. And then pow. We're good. They can't hurt you. You're all good. Probably take some technique, but I can see it being pretty good. Pulse shield launcher. Pulse shield launcher is pretty neat as well. it's again, it's pretty niche, much like the stun bomb launcher. But what's kind of clever about it is, let's see it. Where is it? There you are. When you fire it out, obviously it extends over your target, so it doesn't hit them. Thing is, if it does hit them, it explodes on them, as we're about to see. If they run into it, it detonates on them, and it does a fucking lot of stagger, like a surprising a lot of stagger. You can barely see it being used, or you can see it being used a little bit in the first fight of the what's called melee tournament we did recently. I have a video on it, the Star Wars themed one, the Melee the Force Be With You tournament. My first opponent was using this on me. And you can see my stagger go from like nothing to fucking almost full within a hit or so from this pulse shield. It's not super consistent, as it does rely on you as the player running through it, as it doesn't actually detonate on people immediately. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty niche. So yeah, not super utilized in the current meta, for better or for worse. I think it definitely has a place. Just not too many builds have been made around it. When was it? When was what, my friend? Ages ago? You're talking about the tournament? I've seen the jamming used with Moonlight Charge Attack. Ah, I see. It's pretty dope. The Star Wars one? It was a little while ago. It was, what, early this month? It was on... Wait, what month is it now? Is it May? Is it? No, is it? I have no idea what time it is. Yeah, it's May. It was on, what's it called? May 4th. May the Force be with you. It was pretty cool. I wish it was a little more Star Wars themed, a little cosplay, but at the same time, people were a little over cosplay because we just did like a bunch of events with cosplay just before. So I understand the, you know, fatigue from it, but at the same time, it's Star Wars. Star Wars. It's not all cosplay, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of a missed opportunity in my book, I think. But still, Melee Tournament, regardless, is still pretty fun. Pretty cool. We had some people going with a little more... It was like kind of Star Wars inspired with a vibe rather than a mandatory build cosplay recreation. I wish it was a little more cosplay. Would have been pretty cool, I think. But overall, it's pretty cool. It was pretty fun nonetheless. There was a bit of, there were quite a few restrictions on building that were a little wacky for me, but they were alright. Had those restrictions not been there, I may have actually won the whole thing. Maybe, though. You don't know. You never know until you know. But I did get close. I got second, but technically I got third because it was Swiss, so it was weird. But, yeah. But the video's up, so if you want to see it, go for it, man. It is good on the sauce. Good time. Good times indeed. Little. Can't find it? Interesting. Here, I'll just paste in the chat for you a quick like. It was a little while ago. As it was the beginning of this month, I'd imagine it'd be a little bit back there. Let's see. After G1, or after the Requiem Prime. Yep, there it is. Share, copy link, go to stream, go to the chat, and there it. Oh, fuck off ads, goddamn. There it is. There it is. It was a good time, very fun, very cool. We'll definitely be sure to host more cool events like that. I'll be sure to be hosting as many fight clubs, themed fight clubs every Saturday as much as I can, so yeah, good times. Alright. What build are we taking a look at next? Taking a look at a lot. Do you have a build next in the queue, or will we, or shall we, anyway, start on our Reforge? As we do need to create an optimized version for PvP, and then a lore-accurate version. Which might need a little more research, but maybe that's why y'all are here. Maybe y'all know and can correct me on some lore-accurate things. I did watch the Vati video, so I'm kind of an expert on the lore now. Totally not the, what's it called? Durning-Kruger effect at all, dude. I do know it all, for sure. mine was on the duck kit. No. Alright, where's your build, my friend? Where's your build, my friend? Where art thou build? Let's take a look at that, and then we'll take a look at our Reforged build. Requiem vid? Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. There it is. Oh yeah, redshift. Nice. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Alright, let's build her up. Alright, so first LRB. Ooh, interesting. We do love ourselves a good old Larpster Claw. Alright, LRB. Moonlight redshift. Multi-10. Or 10 cell. Pasan. Melander C3, Melander. Do need quite the carry weight for this big ol' laser rifle. Again, Argon. PO4, huh? Interesting. We go, love our red gun. Is very red gun inspired in terms of frame and inner parts so far. PO4, medium range, huh? Guess it makes sense. We have a laser rifle and a moonlight. Enjoy. Yeah, definitely putting this man's on a diet. It's a big boy. Or big gal. Either one. Alright. Let's do it. Let's Requiem this boy. Why did I take that off? What the hell? Alright. Boom. Big chillin'. Alright, let's play around one more. See what's good. See what is good on the sauce. A TIE Fighter AC. That'd be kind of dope. That'd be kind of heat. Yeah. I think I'll... You know what? You know, as the Thanoid himself once said, fuck it, I'll do it myself. I think I'll host next week. Will be a Star Wars cosplay themed fight club on Saturday. I think that'll be dope. Do what I wanted from the tournament. Because if you can't get out of the tournament, you say, fuck it, we ball. I think I'll do that. I think I will do that indeed. Alright. So this build's pretty neat. You can kind of just fucking snipe them a little bit with your... all of your weapons for the most part. Oh, pow! Not too much synergy I can find. Just, you know, kind of use whatever's available at the time. It's pretty cool. Good to have a nice variety type build. But let's see if we can't lock in on some components that are very good about this build. What would I would say is we could split this LRB to double LRA. Have the melee on the back with the Fasan on the shoulder. That could not be so bad. Or we could run double Fasan, double LRA to keep that medium range. The melee is definitely a choice that I like. It's cool. I definitely like the LRB, although it's a little heavy, slow firing for me. I usually just opt for the LRA, as you can either just use this charge attack, get off the mini stun, or just, you know, spray and pray its normal variant, as it's pretty damn good. Has not super high recoil, as well as 30, so you can probably run this with Basho arms and be a-okay. So I guess we'll just generally optimize that to that. Melee's fine, although now we could probably run Basho. Let's see if the recoil ramps up. I don't think it will. Man, we're slow. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, the fire it's fast, but not too fast that our recoil's ramped up. A-okay, being chillin'. Yeah, call. Yeah, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Want to double up on LRAs. We have double rifle. We take advantage of our medium range type of playstyle. We'll throw the melee on the back and the Fasan on the other shoulder. You keep our melee, get that boost with our fucking arms. That's always good. Switch this to Fasan, so we can keep the Fasan. Fasan's cool. Although, alternatively, we could switch this to a bazooka and get a similar effect, similar to what we did before when we had Fasan. And then rock with that. Although the rail cannon feature is pretty cool. Although I think it is lighter. I think it's the Quan Ji. What do we find that it's no, that was compared to the Dizzy. This is much lighter. That's true. What about the Javelin? Slightly heavier, way less EN costly, and that's nice. That allows us to run a more medium weight, evasive, not medium weight, medium range, a more evasive build type deal. That's always pretty good. Thing is, we don't build up a whole lot of stagger normally, so we're not really going to proc stagger get a whole lot of value out of a Fasan anyway. So having this as a more of a direct hit, or a staggered buildup itself, is honestly going to be a little bit better, methinks. So honestly, yeah, we're running the Quan G for more stagger buildup, and then our melees are real stagger punish. So he's build up a little bit, fire the bazooka whenever we can, and then melee as well as whenever you can if you want, but it's better to be on the direct hit indeed. Alright, switch this to more durable. Probably switch this over to Alba. Keep these as these. And switch these legs to like Hal maybe. Booster, SPD, FPO5. Coral's nice, but not super necessary. 20C can't really do it. Santai can't do it. Akushi can do it, but don't really want to do it. That's fine. We're more of a brawler type kite anyway, so that's perfectly fine. If that's the case, we need a little more dodge distance, so get more quick boost out of our Alula. Everything's looking pretty good. 330 speed right now, rocking. Chilling. Nah, not chilling. Anything better in 330 that we can run? Maybe in the Melander. Nah, we'd be at 310, which isn't preferable for a build like this. So Lula it is. Pulse armor goated. Alright, something like this, you can definitely become Bing chillin'. Hell yeah. Alright, looking good to me, man. Yeah, but a TIE Fighter AC would be kinda dope. TIE Fighter, Mandalorian, Jedi, Sith, Wookiee. Yeah, Glass actually has a Wookiee build, which is pretty funny. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'd probably say like the only thing that's not allowed would be like Bounty Hunter outside of like Boba Fett obviously is Bounty Hunter. That's classic. It's a classic class of Star Wars. Thing is, I'd say Mandalorian because then you're more restricted to weapons that you see Mandalorians use, like Mando himself, Din anyway, stuff like that. Because then you can't speak. Because if you say, oh well, Bounty Hunter, mercenary, Star Wars, that could literally be anything. Hell, we are mercenaries in this game. That doesn't allow you to use anything. Then you're using an anything AC in a cosplay fight club, which is just like, what the fuck? So I would say, yeah, the most like gun wielding characters I'd say you could recreate would definitely just be like Mandalorians. You'd have to get some pretty good reference as well to justify some weapons, methinks. Like I could see like the singing birds as like auroras, maybe something like that. Or just any handheld missile launcher, given that's kind of what they are anyway. Stuff like that could be cool. Fun to see the Requiem of my story AC. Story mode AC. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, a lot can work on PvE more than it can work in PvP. But yeah, no. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Nah, thank you, brother. Anytime. Anytime, indubitably. Thank you for sharing your build. Give me a chance to test out me optimization techniques, indubitably. Alright, now, with that, we're now going to take a look at the little finger in the fist of the Lubricon. Wow, Rubicon Liberation Front. Ziggy. Alright. Which is quite the AC. Definitely in need of an upgrade. Holy shit. Is that Kenkaku? It is. Wow. Kenkaku with no melee. Oh my lord. This is going to be interesting. We got to make a competitively optimized build variant like we've done in the past with no holds bars. We just optimize within the concept of the AC. And then we're going to do a lore accurate one as well. Lore accurate. I see accurate. Let's go. Alright. Paints. Yes, but no. And then we're chilling. Now we can just save it in our preset lobby. Alright. All right, double iridiums. That's something. With an interesting pulse shield. Is this a buckler? I don't think so. Maybe. Give her a pulse blade for sure. Oh yeah, I mean, I want to give her something useful. Oh god. All right, so first let's make the competitive optimal build, and then we can kind of see where the evolution of this build would go anyway, and we can kind of, work within the restrictions of lore accuracy to get there. Methinks. All right, first things first. Double iridiums. These are pretty cool. They reload pretty fast. Thing is, they're grenade launchers, not bazookas, so the accuracy is kind of wacky, and the projectile speed is kind of not there, as well as I don't believe they have proxy det, which is kind of poo-poo. So I want to run double Quan G instead, because double Quan G is fucking goated. Arms overburdened. Damn, feels bad. So we're going to switch our arms to ephemera. Definitely a stretch. This character would never reach these, probably, unless the Rubicon Liberation Front reached the city. Then maybe they would just, be like, oh, bunch of dead ephemera builds or ACs, so let's just take these. Fuck yeah, baby. But they don't exactly make it there, so yeah, not gonna do that. Institute City, that's what I'm thinking about. Explosive Thrower. Explosive Thrower would be heat. Although, so far this build doesn't use any melee, it has a shield. Which shields are cool. This is a buckler, which is pretty good for parrying. Only lasts on 1 second isn't too shabby. Although the cooling is probably, the heat buildup is trash. So I think we'll switch this to the Q5, which makes for a much better parrying shield / just shield in general. Yeah, I mean, this build has no sign of a melee other than the fact that it's Basho and it has Kenkaku, but, you know. What for our other shoulder? The other shoulder can pretty much be anything at this rate. You can just go into more explosive weapons. Having nothing is both freeing or interesting / not for this, because I want to optimize. What do you optimize for nothing? You can be anything. Thing is, anything can be kind of weird, because you can technically, you can do anything, but it's like, you know. We'll see. Hold on to what? There ain't nothing. Go earshot. That'd be crazy. Could just go with another bazooka. That could be pretty fucking epic sauce. Oh my god. Just double up on it. Big fuck it. We ball. Hell, we stagger? We could honestly rock Javelin Alpha as our stagger punish. That'd be kind of nuts. Just parry and trade with bazookas until stagger, and then this. Actually, that works out pretty well. Grenade launchers on the shoulders, or shoulder. Her melee could be fist. Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing, this build just doesn't have any sign. This isn't a melee build. If we take, like, what is Ziggy's build? It's a bazooka-wielding, shield-based build. So nothing in there describes melee, so adding a melee to it, although melee is just dope. I love melee. It doesn't make too much sense to add it here, though. Is the only thing. I like to be especially more strict in the weapon loadouts of the Reforged builds, kind of going with the whole level 1 optimization in terms of Requiem versus what I do with Requiem, which is more advanced stuff. I don't want to betray too much of the play style of the build or the soul, despite quite a few people being like, oh, it's a totally different AC, it's not even the same, which is yes, it is a different AC. It looks completely different most of the time because the parts the presets use are the poo-poo shit. A lot of times very poo-poo for what they're doing. So many builds, so many presets have so many conflicting and contradictory parts, which is crazy. Like this, here's Kenkaku with no melee, which is poo-poo because Kenkaku is dog shit without its melee. But now that we need to close distance and dodge around them, Alula would be goated. PO1 FCS. Holy shit, why? Close range is the best. Guarantees our missiles landing. Although actually we can run Waltz because fucking, what's it called? We can actually play at a more medium range with the bazookas, and because we have ephemera, we should be able to get our medium range to like max locking. Yabba Jen, fuck that man. I'd rather use something like Coral or Sentai. Coral makes us overburdened, because our frame parts are kind of poo-poo shit. Nothing for the expansion, that's rough. Pulse armor it is. Alright, now for parts, probably gonna go with a more traditional Requiem set, as those would also be pretty good for this. Legs. Damn. Ziggy started to look maxing. Oh my god. It's not even the same AC. That's true. It's not a bash show. It's not a trash show no more. No pile basher. Nah, not this time. Alright. Something like this would be much, much stronger. Much, much better. What's our speed? 3, 4? Ugh, not great, but we are running double bazookas. We actually could get a lot lighter if we were to shrink these down to majestics. Although not by a whole lot. So honestly, Quan G's it is. Where's our target? There he is. Hey, fuck it. We'll do the Aeon. What the fuck? What the goddamn hell? Spawn in, damn you. There we go. Damn you. Damn you. Bam. You die. Go to hell and you die. You use this a lot. My god. Alright. Yeah. Someone come up with an AC name. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not too sure what AC name means, so I don't know. All I know is use the little fingers, use the pinky. Alright, this here is reforged. Won't really change much. Should be a pretty simple bazooka AC, indubitably. Yeah. Yeah, for her. Yeah, I get you. Reminds me of my wheelchair build, forklift certified. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking just before you said that this might be better on a wheelchair, but then again, it's a bipedal. Stick with the bipedal. Is what it is, mate. Alright. 340 boost speed, not great. Or 304 boost speed and quick boost at 340, not super great, but then again, the goal is just to get close and just trade them to death with bazookas and parry with shield while it's on cooldown, so that serves its role. Alright. PvP optimized as much as it can be, I guess, with the concept that it is, with the restrictions in place. Complete version, anyway, complete. Now, we go with more lore accurate. So, given all the companies have access to Baus Industries, we have access to all parts made by them. Outside of that, also, I guess we have access to parts that are made by, you know, if they have a part that's from an organization, we have access to all of those. So let's see what we can do. For primaries, what can we do? What can we do? So we can't use the Quan G's. Nothing in our current set has access to those, or is from the same dude's. We can use a jamming bomb launcher. Holy shit! Oh my god! We can use napalm. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's see what we have access to. We have access to pulse because of our shield. Pulses are pretty cool. Oh, really? They made the Rensetsu. Interesting. Rensetsu's pretty fucking good. Oh, hell yeah. They made these? They made the Estrogens? Baus? That's pretty good. Doesn't the RLF technically have access to Arquebus parts due to... would they, though? Stealing. True. But the fact that they didn't is kind of rough. But then again, this is like... The question this answers is like, what if they were just to go full on, we need to get our shit optimized. What else? What can we do? You know, none of access to the part shop we do. That's for the competitive optimized stuff. This is access to what they do have. And so far, we know this AC, Ziggy, had access to all the parts from these benefactors. So anything from these benefactors I think we can use is the simplest way to use this, but obviously more known lore explanations and reasons could definitely be pretty dope. Rad did work for RLF. Did they really work for them? Their goals were pretty... No, I mean, their goals were kind of opposite in the sense of, like, if we take the Overseer plans and, you know, plans and directives into Raid, or Rad, not Raid, Raid Shadow Legends, with Carla and stuff like that, to destroy the Coral, and then Domayan's whole shit was like fucking, you know, he loves the whole symbiotic relation between humans and Coral, so he's like, I want Coral release. Obviously, down the line, he's like, nah, I ain't about it, actually, because I'm, like, fearful of our fucking relation. Might not be that great, not gonna lie. But originally, their shit was like, yeah, Coral release. And then Overseer's like, no, burn it, that shit. So they're kind of, like, head-to-head. So I don't see them, like, working for each other that much. Or Rad working for the RLF as, like, an actual, like, whole-ass thing. But... Whoa, lag voice. Hell yeah, dude, I'm a robot. If I recall, the tech they used for Alba was Schneider, a Forlong, and something else. I can't recall. Yeah, it was that, I forget what it's called too, but yeah. They made the Strider. What, the Rad made it? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that indeed. There we go. Mike was having a time. Maybe one more, but can't remember. Yeah, there was definitely another organization in the Alba creation. I forget what it's called too. Something with an E. Forget. But yeah. There it is. Elcano. Yeah, Elcano was the other fucking organization. Corporation. Well, corporation. You should have access to Elcano. Should she, though? I think the simplest way is obviously just to look at this. I think first, let's just build inside the parts shige that essentially has. Let's build within the parts that the benefactors are tied to the weapons. Let's build within that, and then we'll go for some more reaching lower weapons if we need desperate upgrades. Alright, because we have access to... Everyone has access to Baus. So we're going to switch these to excellent Baus-made weapons, that being the burst machine gun estrogens. Because they're goated. They're not bazookas. This is true. What other bazookas do we have even access to? We have access to Majestics? Wait, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. What about Quan? No Quan, but Majestics. That's kind of sick. Actually, that's what we'll do. It's more in character. It's more in weapon category. And that's lower accurate. Alright, so Majestics, way better. What else? We could slap another on the shoulder, but I want to slap something else, methinks. But we'll see. Any good shoulder weapon? Ooh, we could slap a fucking earshot. That could be crazy. It's gonna be really, really durable, but I mean, hey man. We could also just do Songbird to be lighter. I think we'll do Songbird for now just to be a little bit lighter. But yeah, what else? What else? We have access to all these missiles, which are also sick. Okay, not bad, not bad. We have access to good. We have access to the good shield, so we'll rock that. Hell yeah. We have access to the jailbreak. Let's fucking go. Ziggy earshot sounds funny as fuck. Hell yeah, bro. Also, then Steelhaze Ortis also use Balaam's orbit directly. The bullet orbit, yeah. Is it from Balaam? I would imagine it is, yeah. Let's find out. It is Balaam. Well, yeah, he's access to Balaam's shit, because he's goated, I guess. He's just the main character, I suppose. I guess if you have the credits, you have access to almost any parts. But yeah, alright, so that's good. What can we do for parts, though? What benefactors from parts do we even really reach out to? I think it's just gonna have to be Baus. So the frame parts might not change a whole lot. Because none of these other benefactors that we have on our other stuff make parts. They just make weapons. So the frame might have to just be the same. Everyone has access to Forlong as well. Do they? Typhon. Schneider. Arquebus. Rad. Elcano. Almond. We love Almond. Is this Forlong? I can barely tell. It's so pixelated. Let's see. Let's do that. Need to take a look at these damn corporation things. Get a closer look. Is this the Forlong fucking organization shit? Oh no, it's right here. What I'm talking about. I'm dumb. There we go. Oh yeah, Forlong and yeah, Baus. Yeah, I get you now. I get you. I was confusing with something else. So right here, PO4 missiles, all that good stuff. They love missiles. That's why they got the missile. Fucking FCS. Yeah, I get you now. I get you. All right, so yeah, we don't really have access to any other parts other than Basho, really. Forlong doesn't make any parts. Schneider. What does Schneider work for? Who does dealing with Schneider? I feel like Balaam would do some stuff with them. Or maybe independent mercenaries. Seems that Rusty has access. King has access. Schneider belongs to Arquebus. Nah, that makes sense. That's how Rusty got his head. Makes sense. The Vesper group, yeah, makes sense. Make like sense. Alright, so yeah, it seems that we really don't have any choice but to go with our classic Basho parts, as we don't have access to anything else. Do the Rubicon Liberation Front have access to Elcano? They all know. Because I'm not sure any of them. I think here, a good basis, let's put this on the side. Let's look at the head of Rubicon Liberation Front, both of their ACs. And I guess we can kind of judge based on how much they have access to as to how much everyone should have access to. Rad counts. Does it, though? I would say it counts if some of their builds or some of the people in Rubicon Liberation Front have access to it. Because then they could, yeah, they could be like, yo, hook me up. Yep, Elcano. Nice. Freddy has Elcano parts. So we're good with that. Let's see. Should we count Munson as Rubicon Liberation Front AC? He kind of is. He's a collaborator. Yeah, he's definitely part of it. Yeah, we should count him in. Couldn't count him in the group, the community post though, because fucking only 4 allowed. So he's on a finger. True, he's on a finger, but he's still in the corporation. He's kind of like Rusty. He's just not a finger. He's just below, pretty much, I guess, in the you know, stuff. More Arcana. So far, nothing new. That's Flatwell too, so it's crazy. All right, where is Thumdomayan? Okay, so Arcana's like the only one so far we haven't seen that we do have access to. Okay, that's good. That changes things up. That allows us to use some actual parts, so that's good. What from the Alcana Corp can we use? We can use the Alba parts. Those are directly from them. Well, they're a collaboration, obviously, so I don't know. It's a little iffy, but they're patented by them, so in a sense. Alright, is this head better than Bascio? No, not really. A little bit of instability, but not by a lot in health, so nah. Alba head, though, also not really better, so maybe not that either. And what else? Oh, it's only 2 heads. Oh, probably lagged out again. Let's go. The Rubiconian AC in All Mind database has rad parts. Yeah, but that's All Mind, though. Gotta take that with a grain of salt. All Mind has access to a lot more than these lads do, so. Alright, so yeah, Alcana only has access. So far for heads, Alcana only has 2 heads we could even access, and both are not better than Bascio. I think it's the other parts that are really going to shine for us. Alcana. I guess, yeah, they probably only have 2 parts. It's the Alba and the Farm. So, would I take this core, though? I need these cores over this? Nah, we need to be tanky, so honestly, the tankier appearance from Bascio is probably going to do us some good here. Not going to take these arms over them either, most likely. So, yeah, the Bascio set's just better. These are probably going to be too skinny. Yeah. Alright, Bascio set's going to be it anyway. Damn. It do be like that sometimes. If we count Requiem as RLF, we could use All Mind branded parts. True, but I feel like... Yeah, he could, honestly, he could be the boy to hook us up, you know what I'm saying? He could be like, yo, I know I'm not a finger or nothing, but y'all are fucking lacking. I've been out here, dog. I've been going around. I've been telling people they need to pay the toll and shit, you know? Let me hook y'all up with the parts, the connection. Basically, they give him the credits, he buys the parts, and he gives them to them. Because for some reason, he has contact, or he has ability to get them. But they don't. How he got them, though, kind of does bring into question how, like, you know, logistic that is, you know? Did he scavenge them? Did he buy them, you know, 2 for 1 on sale? You know, maybe yard sale, everything must go. I don't know. Probably not, but I don't know. So I guess we could, with that in mind. Yeah, sure, let's check out all the parts he has access to. Which I already know, with that Mind Health core, it's just going to go brazy. So see, they really pulled everything together. Let's see what we got. Alright, so we have All Mind access now. And, ooh, here's the Mang Tang generator. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, dude. Gotta go to bed. We'll watch it later. Have a good one there, Maverick. Thank you for coming out. You can use a Kaiser head. Yeah, our legs. True. Well, can't really because, you know, they're too light, but yeah, they are available. Gridwalker boosters. Yeah, true. I know somebody who's wild with the presets in game. Last I heard from them, he's been using the HAL for ranked and is well on his way to S. Great stream, by the way. Oh, wow, thank you. Hey, man. I can see that. The Walt AC is a pretty good one. Indubilis. Incredibilis. More power to him. Presetting to S rank is pretty dope. Imagine that's going to take a while, though, because of all the, you know, meta builds to be much stronger than presets. But with enough time and perseverance, enough that grind, you'll get there, no doubt. Or he'll get there, you know, UI. That's middle Flatwell. What about Flatwell? What about him? Take a look at our boy right here, Mr. Shinobi, Mr. Weeboo. If I remember correctly, he was a freelancer that the RLF saved. I do recall vaguely that. Oh, look at the fucking... What the hell? In the preview... Oh, there it is. Yeah, fucking... This game is buggy sometimes. Sometimes the preview AC won't have the decal work on the chest. If I keep swapping, it'll probably disappear eventually. Oh, doesn't want to do it now because it's fully loaded in now. Let's go. But yeah, no, I can. Yeah, you know, they saved him, and he's repaying them by giving him access to these goated ass parts. Now we have access to All Mind. Is that Balaam? Yeah, the Holderman's from Balaam. Look, dude, we're going nuts. We're going deep diving into this preset shit, man. It's gonna be dope. We have access now to Balaam, All Mind, and fucking Mangtang providers, which are, I forget what are called. What are they called? Yeah, I don't know. The Ricky Rat Institute. Alright, but yeah, now that we have access to Balaam and stuff, that's pretty good. Oh god. Wait, that means this could be lower accurate. We might be able to build up our boy. Wait, hold up. Let's look at our current remade preset, see if anything doesn't fit. Okay, okay. The only thing it doesn't match so far is the booster and our, obviously, the Walt and generator. Okay, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this. I'm going to tweak this based on what we don't have. Which we don't have access to this, this, and this. It's going to be pretty dope. RRI parts feel like cheating. Be what's it called? But it do be accurate. Oh yeah, for sure. I could definitely see some people still commenting like this isn't lore accurate. The person would never use this. Nah. But so far we're proving that these presets have a lot more access to a lot more parts if they just collaborate with each other a little more. Just, you know, focus on that a little more than their mission. So that's what we do. Maybe it's just the credits, man. Why they don't do these things, optimize their builds from these goddamn construction worker builds, man. I don't know why. Probably because they don't have the credits for it. All the credits go into, you know, other stuff. But hey, yerp. Oh yeah. Some of the most advanced ACs we see in the game and presets are very expensive boys in their world. Or in the lore anyway. Like, they're only reserved, best parts are reserved for the best. Or unless you just keep taking out loans and then, you know, you're in debt and then you get chased down by bounty hunters in the grid. But we leave that to our boy. He's fine down there. I believe that Flatwell has connections to Schneider. Schneider headquarters department, or department. Maybe. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. What ain't right? Alright, let's see. So it does have access to the Schneider booster. As we can see, none of the boys in the Rubicon Liberation Front have access to it. So that's fine. Makes sense. We have Balaam. It'd be kind of weird if you had access to Balaam and also Arquebus and all the good stuff and, you know, Vesper group attachments. So let's see. What's the best booster we can use that's within our dude? Baus? Hell no. Prolong? PO4 ain't too bad. SPD's not too bad either. The best so far is going to have to be the PO4, but let's see if we go down the line more. Rad, don't have access to those, don't have access to these. Yeah, PO4 is going to have to be the best. That's Forlong. Alright, FCS tracking. What have we got? Forlong, poo-poo, 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 poo-poo. Balaam. Balaam's Abbot. I'll take it. Talbot. Could rock it. In fact, actually, let's rock it. Arquebus. No. Alright, so yeah. Talbot it is. Generator. Baus. Kushi's pretty cool. Or preferably we get better. Santine. Nope. No. Yes. Nope. Actually, no. We do have access to these. What am I thinking? Okay. Mangtang is good for regeneration. Can't run Santai. Guess Mangtang wouldn't be too bad. I think the limiting factors should be price rather than corporate affiliation. Nah. This is kind of like the idea of, you know, they started to spend their money more wisely. Plus, it's kind of hard to factor in how much money each corporation makes it's, you know, to what's it called? Based on how much they make to determine if they could devote some of that to the upgrading of their ACs versus their whatever the fuck else they're doing for their goal. Whether that's, you know, other coral harvesting or fucking assassinations or paying mercenaries or, you know, stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to gauge that more than it is to gauge what is the character's affiliations, what is the group they are tied to affiliations, and what can we work with that. I feel like that's easier than, you know, calculating how much bread they make. You know what I'm saying? Human resources, Rusty was recruited through them. I see, I see. That do be true. Alright, however, wait, oh, expansions. Who the fuck? No one makes expansions. These are kind of just, you know, a novelty for those of which you can afford it. So honestly, we're just going to throw it on anyway. Alright, so with all that said, we are really fucking close to what we had. If anything, it's just, yeah, the inner parts that need a little bit of changing. But this is lore accurate upgrade of Ziggy's AC. And it's very similar to what we would have done competitively anyway. That's kind of crazy. Maintain good with that recharge time? Oh, hell yeah. Let's test it out a little bit. Did you watch the 5-hour long lore video on Armored Core Fires of Rubicon by Vatty? Hell yeah, I did. Did I retain a whole lot of that information? No. I did watch it in segments. Not because I can't sit through a whole 5-hour video, but because I kept on getting interrupted. But, or distracted. I don't know. I had stuff to do. But, you know, what's it called? Yeah. I did watch it. It was very, very good. I think it was so amazing. You don't have the energy for that, so just wondering if you might have, since you sound like you know much. Oh, I know everything, man. I know everything. Yeah, no. I did watch it, and it has taught me a lot. A lot of things I did not know. Do I know everything? Hell no. But that's all right. I might rewatch it, honestly. It's very, very good, very well made. You learn a lot about the world, and it's overall, compared to Souls, not that complicated. I guess it makes sense. It's not directed by the same lad, but although Miyazaki has said that he's interested in directing, creating an Armored Core game. So if you thought this was Dark Souls-esque Cyber Souls, then you haven't seen nothing yet. If he ends up actually directing and making an Armored Core, like maybe directing 6.0, that'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't be too disappointed. Although I would say I don't want iframes, invincibility frames with dodging. I think it's nice how it is now. I think it makes sense. It'd be interesting to see how it would work with iframes. Funny enough, you kind of can get iframes under very specific circumstances. If you're dodging into a wall, you actually do get iframes. From last I've seen a long while ago. You dodge like that, you still you won't take damage. You become invincible. Because, you know, you need to dodge somehow. Although, dodging into the wall isn't very smart, so being up against the ropes should be a penalty of its own, but it is what it is, I think. Methinks. Also, it was a long time ago, so it might not be a thing. It could have been a bug. So, I don't know. Yo, Tristan, what's good? Welcome to Humble Abode. We're upgrading the lore accurate Iggy. I keep calling it Iggy Pop. Ziggy, which is looking a lot like our competitive optimized version anyway. We did some digging. Just brazy. You got a crazy amount of views. Hopefully new players will join in on the fun. Hopefully. Hell yeah, dude. Oh yeah, Vetty's videos, or videos. I was calling Vetty. Vetty's videos they're great. They're incredible high quality. He comes from just everything from soft, making crazy lore, great videos. Prepare to cry, indubitably. So good. So good. Deserves all the views, deserves all the Ricky Rat attraction. But yeah, no, hopefully some people watch it, become inspired. I know I have. I got more interested in the game from watching it. Like, I already love the game, but, man, learning more and more about it is just so interesting. Like, just watching it makes you just want to do more with the game. Makes me want to do more with the community and add more interesting factors that people can delve into. Indubitably. It's great stuff. Bring back poison swamps to Armored Core. Oh, God. Yeah, give us a coral swamp, dude. Let's go. You just die. He's fucking. They kind of got it with the whole leaving the cave that was caving in from the coral explosion. We were dying in there, although we did get that boost to energy, so that was nice. That was a cool substitute. But yeah, no, I could see a huge ass coral swamp If Miyazaki was directing, his Millennia fight with the Ibis would have fucking had the ground, the water we're in, completely coral irradiated. We'd have been dying while we fought the Ibis. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Shit would have been great. Alright, but yeah, this is lore accurate, upgraded Ziggy, which is still super close to the competitive optimized version that there's almost no difference other than the inner parts, which is kind of crazy and not as, like, it's not as close as I thought it was going to be. Here's PvP accurate, or PvP optimized, and then lore. They look exactly the same. You would not know there's a difference if you didn't see the stats and look at the back. The only thing that looks different is the booster, yet all the inner parts are different. That's crazy. To think that she could have achieved this had her organization just given the ACs, had they pulled out all the resources to do what they can for their boys. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, they're so close. Like, doing 2 PvP tests, though, with these are, like, gonna be kind of, like, pointless. Because they're just the same AC. Oh, my God. Yeah, but no, I did not figure she would have access to all these crazy shits just through one lad in their organization not being a bitch. Although, I guess she was dead by the time he showed up anyway, so... In a future where he got to Ziggy first and taught her the ways of how to make a good AC... Maybe she would have survived against 621. Although she probably still would have died, but still, she would have gone down swinging with more power. That's for sure. Jits heat. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty cool. What do y'all think about this? What's y'all's opinion? What y'all thinking? I feel like it'd be harder to beat AC6 with Ziggy rather than Invincible Rami. Yeah, probably. These fucking grenade launchers are poo-poo shit. And the AC's poo-poo shit. Well, Invincible Rami can boost around like a god and then chainsaw anyone to death for the most part. He'd have trouble with something like the cleaner, I guess, but he'd get there one day. Maybe. Might have to punch it to death eventually, but he'd get there. Love the Zook setup. Hell yeah, dude. Gotta stay true to them Zooks. We can proc stagger with these double Quan G and then hit him with the direct hit with the javelin. And just parry while we recharge or reload. Oh yeah. Great effort, but I'm still a sucker for the presets. Hell yeah, dude. Man, hey, they got that character, dude. They got that. They got that thing on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, visually, they don't look the same at fucking all. But weapon set and playstyle, they're identical nearly. So, that's pretty cool. Ziggy gonna smack some corporate dogs. Ah, down! You right. That Ziggy Rizzy. Yes, sir. Ziggy B. Look, Max, and look at her. Look at her. She's crazy. That's wild. In a world where she killed Rusty and took his booster, now we have the lore accurate. Not a what if. It's lore accurate, I tell you. Damn you. All right. I guess if she's optimizing her builds and stuff like that, I know she get a little paint job. We'll clean it up a little bit. Actually, I like the mud. I think it's a cool character. Keep that. All right. So look at that. Alright, lower accurate and PvP, a viable Ziggy created. Shattered's gonna be like, what the fuck, it's the same AC. And I'm gonna be like, yes it is. Yes it is, because it's possible, baby. It's possible. Are you gonna do the independent mercenaries to eventually, like Dead Sled and stuff down the line? Yeah, I think I'll do that. The mercenary guild. I feel like in Vadi's video, they are called something. They have an organization name, I think. But I don't know. Where y'all at? We got king and stuff like that. Yeah. Cold call. Honest Brute's totally in there, 1000%. Gotta love it. Overox, he's in it. Yeah, but I don't know if they're in any organization I could call them other than independent mercenaries themselves. But I think there's a guild because they're all like teamed up for the most part. You know, they're all like hooked up with Raven, so it's like, yeah, they had some type of guild going on. I just forget if they have a name for it. They're called Branch. Yeah, that's it, Branch. Thank you. Hell yeah. That says he sees herself in the mirror. Hell yeah, dude. Yes, sir. A branch for Raven. A branch for a Raven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at them next. Or not, maybe not next. I'll make a poll, obviously. Once we finish all of the... I keep calling them Lubricon. I keep trying to mix the R and L. Rubicon Liberation Front ACs. I'll make another community post for finishing off Rad, which at this rate is on Sprue and Chatty. And I think that's pretty much it. We could retake a look at Carla, as has been a while. We could probably do better, probably. Yeah, after I'll put a post for either Rad or Branch and stuff like that. And then once that's done, one of those two and like Overseer, which at this rate would just be like Walter, as that's pretty much the only one that we haven't taken a look at in terms of the Overseer. And Overseer is basically just two people, if we're not really counting Chatty. So we already took a look at one of them, Sai and I and all. Lubricon, your AC. Yeah, I see. Or get rusty. Yes, sir. The Lubricon front. Yes, sir, dude. Gotta fight upon the Lubricon. The Lubricon, Lubitron Bond. Chatty's pretty dope, dude. Chatty, fucking, we were doing the preset Fight Club the other day, and last Saturday. Glass, our buddy, was playing with Chatty and playing using the Chatty AC against Uberox, and he was actually winning. The Chatty AC was doing great. It was actually fucking heat. God, yeah, the preset Fight Club was really fun, really cool time. I definitely want to do more Fight Clubs. I try to host them every Saturday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'll try to host them for sure. Good God, that day, Yo, Chatty. Isn't it Chad? I agree. I feel like you should count Milktooth as Rad. Yeah, you're right. Totally. That's the one I forgot. He definitely should be. He was a part of Rad when his AC was constructed. Then he fucked off. He fucked off to go fucking hug the rail cannon that we need. Like a bastard. Taking his fucking coyotes, or making the coyotes anyway. You do be kind of going quick, slow. Indubilis. Alright. Yeah. Tomorrow me and Shattered will do the PvP test for Requiem and Reforge, hopefully. Or me and whoever. Whether it's Shattered or Shattered's Basio, get another volunteer, all the good stuff. Or here's hoping anyway. And then, yeah, we'll have the videos out within the following week. And after that, I'll be sure to make a community post as to the other hands, or the other thingies we take a look at individually. I'll be able to add, what's it called? I will add, what's it called? Rutson. Yeah, I'll add him in place of, Ziggy. Indubitably. Another 4 option. I would put all 5 of them up, or I would have put all 5 of them up on the community poll, but you can literally only do 4 on YouTube, so it is what it is. Plus, wouldn't want to put up Thumb Domain up first, you know? Gotta save the best for last. Gotta save the head for the end. Or I guess the thumb in this regard, in terms of the fist. Incredibilis. Stole the AC and rail cannon for reasons. True. He has his reasons, damn it. Respect his authority. And you will be saved by the milk of the tooth. Incredibilis. What a lad that lad was. Incredibilis. But yeah, no, once we finish Nora Reforge, I'll be sure to make polls on popular characters that we go back and make a lore accurate reforging of them indeed. Obviously, I'm going to lore accurate reforge every AC onwards from now. But yeah, since we already done some, be cool to go back and see what we can do. Incredibilis. But yeah, no. Alright, we got lots of builds created today. Definitely have to choose 2 out of all of them builds to be in the video for sure. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, we upgraded a lot. Oh, the game crashed. Let's go. Yeah, I find that if you cycle through the menus, the data, AC datas for too much or for too long, it kills itself. The game just dies. I still choose Nightfall. Nightfall is pretty good. Not gonna lie, man, it's pretty good. Look at him. Look at him. Or look at her. Goated. Never had that happen. That's rare for me. I see. It happens to me a lot. Anytime I cycle through these wicked fast or like load a bunch, because when I do like the screenshots for the community posts for the Requiem builds that didn't get featured in the video, happens a lot when I do that because I have to load them, take a screenshot, switch, load, screenshot, switch, load, screenshot. Do it too much, it just crashes. Although I do have the Xbox Series S, so maybe that's the reason. Don't know though. As even I've never seen that happen. I see. Yeah. Well, it happens to me a lot. Incredibilis. I don't know if you're on the Xbox X or Series X or S, but I'm on the S. Indubitably. Incredibilis. Yeah, I wonder if there's a different. Yeah, no, I don't wonder. I think I've looked at it. This game on the Xbox One only runs at like 30, while we run at 60. I have Series X, so maybe. Yeah, maybe. Got that computing power, bro. All right. I'm gonna check if Hopeless is live. Actually, that might be pretty fun. I know he was streaming. He's not live anymore. Shame. I'm gonna try to raid him. All right. Well, I'm going to go for now. I'm going to shut down stream, retire. I appreciate you all for being here. To everyone who was in the stream, indubitably. I might stream tomorrow again. Some PvP, some ranked climbing. Maybe. We'll see how busy I get. But, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the inputs on the builds. All the builds themselves to be Requiems. All good stuff. I'll catch y'all next time, indubitably. And remember, Ricky Rat, man. Ricky Rat. Good night, y'all.